There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking, SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure. And double upload. Expose, 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 expose,
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Ah, expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. Expose.
I need to vent tonight. I'm on a little bit of a Warpath. One of them is going to be a little DSP-esque, except I think I'm justified about complaining about this restaurant who accused me of lying so they could go fuck themselves. And they're a public business, so I'm allowed to say what I want to about them. I'm not going to give out names minus the name of the business. And I have anti-vax conspiracy theorists, jackasses of family members who, I don't care if you're family or not, you're a conspiratorial asshole who it goes deeper than that. I'm going to call you out too. I know the music is still on. I know it is. So we're going to have some fun today. So let's have a good time. I forgot to bring up seltzer, so I'm going to go get that real quick. And I'll be right back. I think I may have to take a dump too, so I'd rather take a dump now. And then you'll hear my war stories from today, which I'm sure people I know in IRL are going to cry about, but they could cry because I'm not going to say any names. Minus the restaurant. I'm going to Mexicali Blue. They could go fuck themselves. I'll be right back in a second. Let me play some bird music. Technically, I'm already starting earlier to begin with, so here, birds and chickens. Can you hear the birds? Yes. Oh my God, I really have to take a dump now. I really, Damn. I'll be man. No, I wasn't constipated. I think it's official. I may have just taken a DSP anger dump. So, holy shit, I got super chats too. My apologies. Hey, look, and it's not showing them, so people are going to think I just glazed over them, even though I didn't. Okay, we got two. We got two. Someone literally laughed at Wings because he explained why he won't go on PKA unless he gets 10K. It was so funny, and the chat laughed at him. $10,000? $10,000? Why? Was he gonna show hairy titties? Ho ho ho! Happy New Year 2022. Can I get 4 balls? Of course you can.
Wash your balls, 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 wash your balls.
There you go. So I will admit, in the past, and I've admitted to it, I've never actually called. Did I? Well, no, I've called out businesses stupidly when I first started. But I learned, and a lot of times, you know, I don't even call out a business because there have been times I've Karen'd before, a couple times. Not to the levels that you've seen with the Karens on YouTube, but I've had my Karen moments. But I've learned from those moments, which is what you should do. You should learn from your mistakes. And I would hold my tongue. Even when I knew I was in the right about something, I would hold my tongue. Now, this is not a scenario where it's like a DSP chicken sandwich where he didn't like that they didn't put the condiment and jizz directly in the center of his sandwich like it's thermal paste. Happy New Year to you, too. I'm going to be having a video up tomorrow. My editor comes back in a couple days. But this time, no. So, one of the ways that, and I'm going to start losing even more weight again, too. Different story. That helped me lose weight is there's a restaurant fairly close to me called Mexicali Blue. It's a nice way if you want to eat healthy, even though I didn't get healthy food tonight. I'm starting that up again tomorrow. if you want to get a salad with like, you could get it with grilled fish on it, or you could get it with like, it's a better way than like having like a cafeteria food salad if you're in a rush but you want to eat healthy, okay? I was going to say, Foil Grim Timmy, goddammit, I read all the super chats. Messing, have a good near 20. Can I get 15,000 wash your balls? You can get this instead. Not that, no. Well, anyway, this place, and we tolerated it for a very long time, and I held off on doing this for a very long time. So before everyone goes, review Clenching Your Pearls USA, I should have and could have done this many moons ago, but tonight they finally pissed me off. So I bought dinner for everyone in the house. I now own a 2-family house. We've talked about this before. The Virgining tried to put out lies and conspiracies that I ripped off my parents, even though they wanted me to buy the house because it was still in their best financial interest, because they would have to spend money on a new house and spend money on moving. VA passed a new law to pay 5 cents for a plastic bag. They need to come out with a better solution to that shit. And Foil Grim Timmy, thank you again. But anyway, well, that was part of the reason I lost a shit ton of weight, because like I said, I would get their salads with salmon and stuff, but they would fuck up all the fucking time. They've given us refunds. They've given us this. Now, keep in mind with how much business I've given them, the profits they've made for me way exceeded the handful of times, maybe I would say 10 times over the period of 2.5 years of calling there. They've made way more money than me than they've lost. So tonight, we get the food. The rice was raw. They put cilantro where they weren't going to. The meat was supposed to be separated from something in a separate container, which they usually do anyway, and they didn't do it. I tipped them $3, and the order was over $100. Okay? They're not cheap either. So I call back, nicely call back, and we say, look, we could even send pictures. The cilantro, it's not in the guacamole. It's on the set. The meat wasn't actually on there. And he's like, I put you, and he said to my mom, oh, is this 3 Shuley Drive again? I just gave away my address, but people already know it. Is this your house, the same address again? Yeah. And like I said, we have called because they screw up all the time. So he said, yeah, we'll give you a free thing of rice. Yeah, I just doxed myself. Who gives a shit? My address is already out there. Like I said, the quartering just fucking plastered all over the internet misinformation relatively recently. But it was it's a tip for takeout food. It was a tip for food that they hand to you. It wasn't even a tip for, it wasn't I didn't sat down at a restaurant. You're not getting it. Most people don't, like, it's like what you give to a pizza guy. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, we didn't sit down there. You're not understanding my point. I'm not apologizing. People don't even tip for that. Okay? So, whatever. Judge me on that if you want to. Yeah, no, I didn't sit down at a restaurant. I give 20% tips plus when I sit down at a goddamn restaurant. Are you kidding? So we got takeout. Excuse me. Let me rewind. We got takeout. I picked it up and drove there and got it. And they still got a tip. You know? Well, I brought it up because of the fact I said the address of my house. No, Jeremy could go fuck himself. There's how he lives in my house rent-free. Jeremy could go fuck himself. Anyway, moving on. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go, oh, you know what? When I think of Jeremy from time to time, if something I say brings him up, because he tried to purposely put out misinformation from who we know were career trolls, if you could even call it a career. No, he's this fucking sweetheart, and I love him. Love you, Jeremy. Happy New Year. No, the quartering could eat not a quarter of a dick, he can eat a whole dick. That's how I really feel. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, my address has been out for years. That's why I'm not like, oh my god, let me shut down the stream. Who gives a shit? Like, I've been doxxed, review doxxed 675,000 fucking times USA. At this point, I really don't care. I should probably, but I don't. So We get the food home. I didn't eat there. That's why they got a $3 tip. Let me make that abundant. It was for takeout that I walked into the restaurant and picked up that they didn't even bring out to the car, which is fine. But I'm like, you know what? It's a big order. I'm still going to give a tip anyway. Most people don't, if not all. Yeah, I went in and got it. It's not delivery. Even delivery. What do you guys tip your pizza guy? A few bucks, right? That's what I do. Anyway, so yes, I went to drive and pick it up. I didn't sit down at a restaurant. And only I give a 20% tip when I'm being served. Okay, let's just put that out there. I still didn't get my fucking seltzer too, did I? God damn it. Anyway. So I never tipped for takeout. They didn't have to deliver or wait for me. I used my own. I'm looking interesting to see some. Now everyone's going to have a debate about if you should tip for, but it wasn't even. Yeah, but for tip for takeout, which wasn't. I went inside and picked it up. It wasn't even takeout. Anyway, so whatever the case may be. Needless to say, however you feel about me paying, tipping for pickup for paying for pickup is stupid. I know, and I did it anyway, which pisses me off even more. And when I go out to eat, if I'm eating at the restaurant, I tip and tip well. Anyway. So, we get the food home. The meat's not separate, which it was supposed to be separate. The rice is actually not cooked, it's raw. There was cilantro that wasn't in the guacamole because that was their defense. The meat was on the shit that wasn't supposed to be on. If this happened just once, if I cried just once about a pulsating chicken sandwich, all right, cool. Mexicali, that's fine. This has happened probably over a dozen times over a period of a couple of years, and I kept my mouth shut about it because I'm like, look, for granted, tonight's food wasn't healthy, but for a healthy option of food that's different, I'm just going to bite my tongue. But basically what ended up happening he initially talked to my mom, and is this the blah, blah, blah residence again? Why am I even hiding it this time? But you get my point. And basically what he said is that we were lying. He packed it up. The meat wasn't in the same. Like, why would I make this up now? Why would I tell my audience this if I was lying about it? I would be setting myself up to get destroyed. And he's like, yeah, he said to my mom, we'll give you a 3-finger thing of rice, and disconnected from her. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I said, hey, how you doing? I just ordered $100+ worth of food from you. I went to pick it up, and it was all wrong. He's like, yeah. He's like, you know what? I packed it myself, and I just don't believe you. Fucking what? I said, you're either really fucking stupid. I don't know if I use fucking, but I did call him stupid, and I'm not sorry for it. Or you're bad at math. I said, I usually don't do this. I never have done this before ever. I said, I'm just going to blow up your spot with my YouTube channel. I said, I'm tired of this. I said, this has happened multiple times over multiple years, and now you're trying to accuse us of lying. I said, you've made way more money than the handful of times you've gotten refunds from us because you're in and here's the thing too, what bothered me even more is that you can't say because it was busy, which that doesn't matter because you still should be able to handle your job. There was 2 tables in there when I went to walk in to pick up the food, and there was only my order behind the counter to pick up. So basically he hung up on me, said we were lying. I did call him an incompetent idiot, and he could go fuck himself. He is one. And fuck Mexicali Blue. Your food is garbage. You rather call me a liar than actually give customer service, which the customer's supposed to always be right. And if I was lying, why the fuck would I be talking about this on a live stream right now and ruin myself, Mexicali? You're incompetent clowns, and you could go fuck yourself and fuck your business. At least that part of the chain. Maybe other parts of the chain are great, but they are clowns and jokesters behind there. So there you go. And you can't say I just got bad service once and I called you out, because I hate when people do that, because everyone's human and everyone makes mistakes. I've gotten bad business from you more than I should have tolerated. And I waited, so I didn't seem like a Karen. So I didn't seem like a DSP. So you want to call my mother especially a liar? Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, and fuck your restaurant. Mexicali Blue. How about that? Because they fucked up several times, Drew, where they gave the wrong food or missed food or didn't give things. It's not that it was like, oh, they put a little bit too much of a condiment on my sandwich. Like, whole pieces of the order would be missing. Or they would give the totally wrong thing that you didn't ask for. So, there it is. Don't bomb them. Don't do any of that shit. But if they think I'm not going to call them out on their bullshit, after it happening probably like 6 to 12 times, if not more, fuck them. You're a public business, and I'm allowed to speak my mind publicly. That's why Yelp is there. You're going to cry because I'm talking on a live stream about you? Want to call me a liar? Call this a liar too, and fuck off. How do I really feel, though, if you're wondering? I'm not saying the location. I'm not saying the location. I'm not saying the location. No, 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 no. So, I just spilled seltzer all over myself. And that, you know what the thing is, Philip Smith? Is that their salads were, when they didn't fuck up, which was not often enough, they should have fucked up way less. Because the food, when it was good, was so fucking banging, you dealt with it. And I didn't want to be a Karen. I didn't want to do this. And it's happened multiple times. Like, people make mistakes. Even it happened a couple times. People make mistakes. Let me tell you something, man. God rest his soul, Kevin. I used to work with a guy named Greg at a restaurant called Outback Steakhouse. Never would. You fucked up anything, you got your ass handed to you. There was zero tolerance for it. Doesn't matter how busy you were. We got those. There was a mistake here and there, but we got those orders out. We got them out on time, and we did our fucking jobs. You know? So, no. Sorry, man. You want to accuse me of being a liar when you've made that your business made plenty of money off of me? Here's my lie to you. Fuck you, Mexicali Blue. You know what I'm saying? At least the Outback I was out, man. When Greg and Kevin were there, again, Kevin rest his soul. He was a friend of mine too. They would have never tolerated it. And you have the audacity, especially with how much we order there. Like, why would I look for money? And I told him, like, look, man, and I hated doing this, and I still wish that I didn't do it, but I'm glad I'm doing this now. I don't regret it. It's like, dude, I have a YouTube channel with over 1 million subs. I literally have never done this before, and I haven't. Have you ever guys heard me said I'm going to use my YouTube channel as collateral to call out somebody? Never. I hate that. But you're going to call my mom a liar? Like, my mom was like, don't call and argue with him. Please just leave it alone. It's not worth it. Yeah, he was a dick, but it's not. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's so stupid over food. But when it happens this many times, and then you're going to say I'm a liar, you get called out. Cry more. So, anyway, there's only 2 locations. Anyway. So it is what it is. But if they think I'm not going to say anything, here it is. I'm going to say anything. No, do not call them. Do not fucking call them. Don't call them. Do not call them. The rice was hard. It was literally not cooked. You know. I may do that. I may actually call my credit card company and get a chargeback. I don't really want to do that. I didn't even really want to do this. So, but new cooks over 3 years? Dude, let me tell you something too. When I went in there, over the past few years, when I went in there, there's never the same fucking cook behind the counter. That probably should have told me something. Because I know you're joking, Drift, but I didn't want to do this. I don't do shit like if you put too much of a sauce on my sandwich, I'm not going to cry and sit there and call it pulsating. You know, and I've admitted to like when I went into Best Buy one time and I was just in a bad mood that day and I just yelled. I admitted to that. That was wrong. That was on me. This ain't on me. They could go fuck themselves. Like, sorry. I hold myself fucking accountable. This time, you want to call us a liar with how much money we've given that motherfucking place? And if people think that I'm being entitled right now to even bring it up, you can think that. That's fine. Brandy's fart box.
Whoa!
No, you see, here's what the thing. No, Unknown Echo. I'm going to defend them and throw myself under the bus. I was just a dick that day. I was in a bad mood. It had nothing to do with the customer service. If anything, I should have been mad at the online site, not at the people there. It was not their fault. And I had no right to be pissed off at them. That's on me. I'll admit it. I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to. I refuse to throw people under the bus undeservedly so. That's wrong. That makes me no better than anybody else. I would say 9.5 times out of 10 I get good to excellent customer service, at least at my local Best Buy. You may have a terrible Best Buy. I know every branch could be different, but that was on me. Seems like every other place we've gone to ourselves has dipped in quality since the pandemic took its course, but be a big part of a chain or small scale. Also, nips, please. Of course. Tar, thank you very much. But funny, my mother is like, can't they sue you? I'm like, for calling out a place and giving it a bad review? For not giving good customer service? Like, no. Like, Yelp exists. Hey, bro, I get it. I just had a tooth ripped out of my mouth. I could have had hydrocodone. I choose no. Oh, dude, you're fucking... Oh, because what you went through. That's right. That's smart then. Never mind. I should also tell the story of UP. No, UPS didn't call me entitled. This one I also... And guys, you know I own my mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes in the future, too. You know, locals... I know you're here to purposely annoy me, but I've already said my own address. I've doxed myself. Congratulations, you are the first person that has doxed me literally and purposefully that I'm not going to ban, at least yet. How could I ban you when I've literally just doxed myself? Anyway, what happened with that story, and it was the internet that pissed me off with that one. There was literally a tropical storm here that day. Like, not exaggeration, sideways rain. It wasn't like no, it was literally like, so I got my kids like one of those electric cars so they could drive around the driveway. It was like $500 fucking dollars. And it was FedEx that dropped it off. What do? I have a fairly long front lawn. They'd put it in the middle of the fucking front lawn. It's a heavy box that required multiple people to bring in with sideways rain coming at me with winds, heavy winds. And it was, and on top of it too, not even about the fact of me getting, if it was a bright sunny day, who gives a flying shit? It was heavy and it was expensive electronics that I did not want to get destroyed. Plopped on in the middle of my, yes, I called out FedEx. Yes, if people don't like that, my ass is here and you're welcome to eat it. And I took a picture, Bullcraft Max, so people didn't think I was entitled. And I still got, Rich is entitled. How dare he call out a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate? Rich is the tyrant trying to control the what? Yes, that's it. Oh my God. I just took weed. I'm getting chill now. But, hey, Dad, I'm using a vaporizer room tonight to clear up my sinuses. Is there any danger of shorting out my electronic devices in my room? I would say no. You would have to have a lot of moisture in there. If anything, you know what you have to worry about more? Static electricity in dry rooms during the winter. Mare, Mr. Super Chat, how the fuck did... Foil? See, Foil Grim? I'm... equal opportunity with missing the occasional super chat, bro. Rich, if you ever want come to the West, I can show you a stellar mix, even across the border in Tijuana. Okay. I'll take you up on that. I'll take you up on that. So, yeah. So, hey, you lost my business, Mexicali. I have the right to call you out. You know, I'm not giving out I'm not giving out names. I'm not giving you're a public business. You pissed me off multiple times. I held my tongue when you've given bad customer service multiple times. I'm not this time. Cry more. I bought my godson a $500 Power Wheel. It was a GT3 Porsche. Which one did you buy? It was bought them like I think it was the SUV. It was what's the British company that makes SUVs? I can't think of them right now. Anyway, there's a Lamborghini. It was oh my God, I can't think of them. They make SUVs. I could literally picture their logo right now, but not the Land Rover, Range Rover. Take it from someone married to a postmaster. And UPS and FedEx are the worst. They don't want to deliver shit. They want USPS to do it. And you know what? You know what bothered me about USPS? Not King of Burgers, not against you. I don't know you. You may be the best postal service person in the world, USPS person. In another area that I live, almost on a daily basis, they would deliver the packages USPS to the wrong address. Every fucking day. But you're not supposed to get mad. You get mad, you're a raging lunatic. When someone from Mexicali Blue is a condescending prick to you on the phone and you call him out, you're just a mean bully. Anyway, gonna need seltzer for this one. Show us the pic. I didn't end up taking it. I could have too. There was literally a big piece of cilantro like this, not in the guac. On top, they told them not to put it. The meat wasn't, and they were saying that we were lying. I would love for them to sit down and do the math to see how much profit they made from us and how many times we've had to get refunds. So, fuck them. I put them on blast, and I have a right to, just like people have a right to do Yelp reviews. Cry more. Fuck off. Rich! What up? What's up, Madison? How are you? Corey Betts says birds. So, who's ready for an adventure? I'm ready for an adventure. And I'm not going to name any names here either. I have there's many people I know in this situation. I have a very divided family. Half of my family, not naming any names, I'm not going to give out any names, believe in TikTok conspiracy theories about COVID, where they go around bragging to other people that I know that they purposely go into place to make sure that the only ones not, like they're literally at the level of the Karens that go on TikTok and that go on name your favorite site to put up videos showing them not going in places. They don't do that. Thank God they're not there yet. Yo, you should be ready, Madison. But they're one step away. This said person was bragging to someone, a family member, bragging to someone they don't wear masks. Even if it's in a place they see everyone else with masks, they're like, I'm the only one not wearing a mask. They were sending someone I know, instead of getting vaccinated, even though the person I know, they're already vaccinated, so we're stupid, to, take these multivitamins instead. Like literally the Alex Jones shit. Okay? So, we were supposed to be going to a place that was not my place. I will admit that. On Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day, excuse me. And I said a few weeks before, because I knew this very anti-vax person was going to go, and I said, I don't think they should go. I know they're not following the rules. I'm at the point, I don't even give a fuck if you're not vaccinated, but at least if you have the respect to say, look, I'm going to come over with the mask on or do whatever, or I'm going to get a COVID test 24 hours before, which I know was a little tough to do, but even I tried to go get one and there was a 2 to 3 hour wait. You could do it. But if you're going to wear a mask and you got COVID tested like 24 to 48 hours before we're meeting, I don't give a fuck. Don't have the vaccine. I don't care. I'm not going to try to beg you to get the fucking vaccine. Wouldn't even do that. So, someone I know about this other person that I know, I'm going to keep all names out or how they're even affiliated with me, said, this person that you are related to is not only like anti-vax, they're bragging about the fact that they're purposely not following the rules because they literally told me they think it's a government conspiracy to control us. I'm like, person that's hosting this, are you going to say something? No, I don't think, I'm not, I feel to sum it up, I'm paraphrasing somewhat, but it's not my place. It's your house. How is it not your place? So in the beginning, I politely said, I understand the lifestyle that you have. There's other people there, even people that don't have the vaccine that still, want to keep distance. I think it would be, I wish someone else would say it, but I think it would be a good idea for you not to go. And it started all from there. So basically, I said many nasty things. I'll admit it. Nasty things were said to me. Basically, half of my family says they don't see eye to eye with me. I don't care. If you're going to make our relationship conditional because you shriek louder than I do and you want... Keep in mind this person was the minority, but everyone, because they were afraid to argue with said person, just they weren't comfortable either, but they were like, she's going to shriek. I don't care. Oh. Hold on one second. Anyway. So, sorry about losing my train of thought there. So, needless to say, I would say, and I have people I know that I won't name, sending people that I do know conspiracy theory videos on TikTok, which are all pretty much damn easy to debunk, who basically are saying that because I don't feel comfortable with them being around my kids. Now, this said person today also wanted to visit my children. Again, they think COVID is a conspiracy theory to control. I don't want them around my kids. They said they were going to be around my kids anyway. Started another fight. Rich, but that's your family. I don't care if your family. I don't negotiate with crazy. I don't negotiate with. First off, my kids come before anything. You fuck with my kids, I don't care who you are. My teeth come out. I want to protect my kids. I understand kids statistically don't get it as bad, but still, my two youngest ones can't be vaccinated. I'm not comfortable. And you're going to tell me, my kids, that you're going to not listen to me? This virus has brought out, maybe you could say, the worst in people, but it's also brought out the truth in people too. There's someone, I always remember this too, and it was poignant. And man, if anyone says I don't listen to my audience, here's proof that I do. There's someone in their home who wants to get the vaccine that their family threatened them. You guys were here. They super chatted. They threatened to kick out the person. They threatened to kick them out because they wanted to get a vaccine. I know someone who broke up with their girlfriend because their girlfriend had a nervous breakdown because she was totally anti-vax and he wanted to get the vaccine. I don't know. I don't care if you have the same DNA as me. I don't care if you're another YouTuber that may give me business gain by being friends with you. There's someone here I can mention, but they say that they live rent-free in my head. That's the thing. Once I realize what you're about, I'm off the wagon. I don't care. You could put up whatever generic religious post you want to put on Facebook to think that makes you holier than thou. Your true character is that you say that I have to live according to the way you want to live. And if you don't live that way, there's nothing to discuss. Well, there isn't nothing to discuss. I don't come halfway with crazy. I don't care if you're a family member or you're Marjorie Taylor Greene. You could fuck off. And no names were mentioned here. No relationships are mentioned here. That's how it goes. I don't live with my parents. Here we go. This is reaction matters. Yes, you having the gray around your name. I don't live with my parents, but it kept me getting the vaccine from them. Think about that. Like, okay, your parents, like, this is what bothers me too. Your parents don't want the vaccine. I'm guessing you're a grown adult. You have a verified YouTube channel. Okay? You're going to ostracize your child because they're, as an incompetent adult, they're making a life decision? That's not, you're not good people. Those are bad people. I'm sorry to say that about your parents, reaction matters. But if they're like, you have to live life according to how I want to live it, or we will not talk to you, or we will fight with you. That's a horrible character trait. And I don't care if you have the same bloodline as me or not, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to call you out on it. Now, the argument can be made, since I'm putting everything out there, and I'll always admit my faults to Rich, that wasn't your house, though. The person who was hosting this, to the person that was going, that was very anti-vax, and still is, they should have said something. Touché. But you know what, though? I knew they wouldn't have. I also got the argument, too, and it's a valid one. And I will tell to the people who may be watching this, who I know, Rich, you should have said something weeks ago. I didn't for two reasons. One, I knew that what the outcome was going to be. I knew what the outcome was going to be. And second, I was hoping that someone else, where the whole party was being hosted, they were going to say something. But they didn't. This is when I say this, and this is a very grim reality that we're at. And I make sure this is abundantly clear. And you guys know I lean left. So anyone saying that I'm like talking like Marjorie Taylor, I want civil war. I don't really want it, but I'm going to just say that so I don't get canceled. I really don't. But we're at the point of no return. There's people breaking up with their girlfriends. There's people that their families will kick them out of the house. There's people that there's no discussing anymore. There's no discussing. If this was meant for divide and conquer, it worked. Reaction matters. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to hold my... What'd you say? It's all good, Lal. I plan on telling them 6 months to a year. Like, why do you have to even do that? It's so... It'll be proof to you and them they won't die from it. But see, they'll move... Reaction matters. If they're really in that band camp, in that wagon, though... I don't know if that's the right term, but whatever. If they're really in that camp, they'll move the goalpost. But you just wait and see. 10 years from now, your penis is going to fall off. So what is... I've been vaccinated only because I feel it's so new of a vaccine. I'm cautious. I haven't. But dude, it's based on tech. You can look this up. Research it. I did. This is based on tech. They made this template kind of vaccine for a, God forbid, emergency situation like this. And God forbid, emergency situation happened. So, and also, too, what they did, and you can look this up, man, and I'm not, I want, there are people that I have changed their mind to get the vaccine. And that's like the most humbling thing on the planet to me. Not saying you're going to do that. And you don't have to. But here's the other thing, too. How did they get the studies done? Because they did the studies in parallel instead of one at a time. So these studies were all going on at the same time instead of one at a time. So they got more work done in a smaller period because they knew they had to. So there wasn't a rush. The template was already there. And the studies, instead of being done a step at a time, there was one group doing the study. The other group was doing another study that would have been taking place incrementally, but they were done in parallel. In my town, everyone's vaccinated. Or what fucking town do you live in? I want to move there. And you'll know what I'm going to say, too. Pulse attack. I'm answering you here. What amazes me... Well, you're fat. Which is true. I need to lose more weight. And I will. Not if, it's a matter of when. So how can you, you're hypocritical talking about the vaccine. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So me having an extra piece of chicken at night, does that clog your arteries? Does what I put down my throat make you sick? No. Does me, here's the thing. Oh, Rich, but the vaccine doesn't actually maybe not help mitigate the spread. First off, they're still up in the air on that. Secondly, if more people were vaccinated, there would be less chance of the virus to spread. And on top of it, even if you're not vaccinated, if you're going around bragging that you're not following any of the rules, the chances are much higher that you have it. And so your actions can affect me. Me having an extra slice of pizza doesn't do a fucking thing to you. Like, how is that hard to understand? How is that insane to understand? How am I backwards for that? And if you're going to tell me that whether I've lost friends over this too. I literally had a guy who was like, I used to work with him many moons ago, threatened to kick my ass because his wife was somewhere sometime who has no medical degree. Explaining how masks don't work. And you know what was funny? And what bothered me is he would post a bunch of anti-vax stuff. His wife would post a bunch of anti-vax stuff. I wouldn't say anything under theirs. I posted something that was actually backed by statistics, and he would argue with me. I'm like, so you get to fuck me in the ass, and I just get to watch and say thank you. But I'm going to say it. That's how most conservatives think. I get to shriek as loud as I want to. You try to refute me, even if you're family, I'll fight you. Okay, you're an asshole. Bring it. Not physically, but I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Sorry. I'm sorry. So that's it. I'm done with humanity, people. But that's what you brought. Actually, I did answer you because it's. You know, here's the thing. If I was like, I'm not going to so and so's house because they're pro-trans, I wouldn't fucking do that. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't not associate with you or family, I should say, because of your politics. I don't give a shit. I'm not that petty. I may not agree with you, but I'll still have a barbecue with you. But when it comes to something where your actions may affect the health of other people, remember, pizza doesn't do that for all the people who want to say the fat stuff in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to call you out. And if you want to disown me because I have to live in your fantasy land, bloodline doesn't matter to me. You can fuck right off. Okay. The rant is done. We're going to watch some more Sunny V2 stuff. Look. it's kind of weird how almost the two things I talked about today kind of coincide, because I mean, there's a time you should pick your battles. There were times where I was just in a bitchy mood, and let me tell you something. To the Best Buy I was miserable at, I apologize to you. You were doing your job, even if it wasn't your mistake, and you give excellent customer service. But you got to pick and choose them. You know, it's something small and petty as it seems like, but when I order from a restaurant, and there's literally been, I would say more so on the dozen side, between 6 and 12 times, where I've screwed up, and you're going to say that we're lying to. Why would I keep ordering from you 95 to 98% of the time I never call back? Yes, we're trying to just get free food out of you for 3 fucking meals. Or 6. Or 12. But you get my point. Out of probably the hundreds of times we ordered, even if it was 12 times, you still made a ton of money off. Why would we lie to you about it? Wouldn't we call back every time trying to get free food? I don't, man. It's so that was like, that kind of happened after all the other stuff I just mentioned happened. I'm like, so this motherfucker's trying to put the cherry on top of this turd sundae. I'm gonna take a dump on top of his cherry. We'll go with that one. That's fine. We'll go with that one. If you think the mindset of being violent or crazy about it on the other side, I think wrong. We should find a middle ground for. But how do you find a middle ground with someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene? How do you find a middle ground with Alex Jones? How do you find a middle ground with people like that? I cannot believe I cannot believe Marjorie Taylor Greene is she's a politician. She writes laws. Anyway. Yeah, like, how do you find a middle ground with people like that? How? Just like the people that I'm related to, there's no middle ground with them. So there's no middle ground. We have nothing to talk about then. I don't have to talk to you. And you know what the thing that's fucked to? And I'm going to have to get something to drink. I thought I brought up seltzer, but I'm an incompetent asshole and didn't. It's almost, I look at how divided we've become over a virus. And you know why this is the main point. You know why it's happened? Look at what the pharmaceutical companies did with opiates. How many people, it became a pandemic. Let's not even call it an epidemic. It became a pandemic of addiction. And they even tried to say with many of those opiates, if not all of them, that in the beginning they weren't addictive. And people started overdosing. People started dying. And even the mainstream media in the beginning was like, nah, man, opiates are fine. And then we find out they're not fine. A lot of people are just going to mistrust everything at that point. So when there is something that is effective, like the vaccine, oh, hey, you're the same company that my stepson passed away from an opiate overdose because you lied to him and said to him that he would be perfectly fine. Yeah, fuck your vaccine. Now, I'm pro-vaccine. But that's why they think it. Like, they're like, wait a second, hold on. This 3 of my I'm just giving it as an example, not my family. 3 of my family members have become addicted to your products that you told them were safe. Now you're telling me this one is safe? But the thing is, on the flip side, here's how I know the vaccine is effective, and not only am I vaxxed, that I got the booster. You know what the real conspiracy here is? And I've said this. You know what's funny is that Cenk Uygur just said it, I think either today or yesterday. I actually said this a while back, and it's the truth. They don't want everyone to get vaccinated. Why don't they want everyone to get vaccinated? Because they want more variants to emerge. Because if people are getting infected, the virus is mutating, which makes the current vaccines less effective. So pharmaceutical companies go, oh, gee, guess you have to get this booster. Guess we're going to make billions of more dollars because, oh, wow, you're a developing country and can't afford our vaccine? Fuck you. Make a variant. We'll have to make another vaccine for it. Who cares if you die? We're getting rich. Now that conspiracy, I'm 110% on board for. But the vaccine does work. Are pharmaceutical companies evil? Yes. But you can have an effective vaccine being made by a terrible company. Both can happen. Vaccines have been a thing, at least in the States, since the Revolutionary War. Many may argue that the reason we won the Revolutionary War is that General Washington, I believe it was against, I forgot the illness it was against, but he inoculated the soldiers. If it wasn't for them being inoculated, if the soldiers were not inoculated, we may still be colonies right now. Oh, John, I'm still going through the chats, bro. I just... It seems like instead of being together to get this virus under control, it's caused a huge rift, and now we're in year 3 of the virus. Well, dude, you know what it is, too? And you know what has enraged me more is that my government has not only failed me in many ways, but there are people that are more concerned about accruing power and continuing a lie and a narrative than they are about giving out proper information. You know what, man? I'm going to say something really fucking cold right now. There was a televangelist, I believe, or a preacher, who was very anti-vax, preached anti-vax stuff all the time, probably caused quite a few people to die due to his anti-vax rhetoric, who caught the virus himself and died. I lose no sleep over that man being dead. I may actually sleep a little better at night, and I don't apologize for that. You want to weaponize what you preach? You want to purposely put misinformation in people's ears? And probably cost lives? And you got sick with the virus yourself? Now, the people who may have listened to him and, God forbid, passed away, I have 1,000,000,000% empathy for. For him, none. None. Shame on you. I'm so tired of, they go below the belt, but we shouldn't. I'm not saying I wish death on the people that listened to him. I don't wish death on him either, but he caught it and died. Thoughts and prayers. Tired of it. I'm tired of being kind to these fucking people. I'm tired of these people, and I'm not even talking about people I'm related to anymore. That, like I said, that one person who wanted to fight me because I called out his wife for being stupid, going into deep analysis about how masks don't work when she does. I don't even think she had a high school education. I'm not negotiating with you anymore. You're fucking insane. And you know some of these people, man. Obviously, I guess he wasn't vaccinated, but you're sitting here telling other people not to, and then you caught it and died. How many people may have lost their lives listening to you? I don't care that you're in the ground. You probably are saving lives by being there. Enjoy it. Me being fat doesn't make my audience fat. There's a difference. Why do you think I went out and voted this time? I'll be voting in 2024 too, Sean. Oh, I'm high. Hugo. Oh yeah, I had that used against me too. Yeah, I use medical marijuana every day, and I have a successful YouTube channel that I'm proud of. Fuck off. I'm kind of applauding for myself right there, which is a little douchey. I just realized that. Yes, bullcrap. That's an excellent idea. The gamer, I missed your super. How am I missing super chats? Checking in on my break, I just found out there's a movement called Birds Are Not Real. It's a conspiracy. This is what I'm talking about, and it's real. I don't know if this is just Lyoko telling me this. So hold on. There's above. I was saying there's reasonable Democratic Republic. Yeah, I would say Mitt Romney, still a typical corrupt politician, but he's sane. He's sane. I would probably vote for him over any, like if he ran as a Republican nominee, even like against I forgot his fucking name right now. Forgot all their names. He may get my vote, and I don't lean right. But Lyoko, you got to be kidding me. I may lean conservative. I'm not crazy alt-right. They don't. No, yeah, I know, dude, and he's one of them. That's a perfect example, and thank you. You took the words out of my mouth. So, Mitt Romney, not Obama. He was another one who was full of fucking lies. Oh, Rich, I bet you would just have Obama put his testicles on your head. No, he was a fucking liar and hypocrite too. Shut the fuck up. I got my booster for my health, and my great grandma who passed away too long ago, I done it for her. And that, like, what bothers me, gamer, and we got to get back more to the birds with so wait, they think that every real bird, not my birds, Lyoko, like they're all just cameras did they ever have chicken? Do they think the chicken they're eating is a delicious robot? Like, I would vote maybe for Mitt Romney. I'd have to look at both of their track records. Like, no one knows anything about Pete Buttigieg. No one knows anything. He was a mayor for, like, so, gamer, you did the right thing. Did you get my member chat? Did I? I don't know. John? Yes, I did. All Marjorie Taylor Greene has done this year is vote no on everything because she hates Biden. And, well, dude, she has to do that to placate to her audience. Like, the people who voted for her may not even know what's in the bills that she's turning down. But, well, it's against the left, so fuck them. Like, who cares? Like, if Mitt Romney made an infrastructure package, say he was president, he worked together to make an infrastructure package that I thought was good, I wouldn't vote no for it just because he's a Republican. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? My sister, my mom, and dad got COVID, except my hooved. We took precautions while he chain smokes and does weed. Life is yeah, it is. Now, did you get the vaccine? I won't judge you on that. Was this like before the vaccine was out? And I know people that happened to. Conservatives literally think more with a hierarchical mindset that the weak die off. Yeah. They need to study Thomas Hobbes, and that's how they feel too. Like, oh, well, of course you care about the vaccine. You're fat. Yeah, that you got me, man. That's it. Everything else I just said to you. Like, I gotta look that up. We'll watch the Sunny V2. I'm gonna have to get something to drink because my throat is as dry as a Sandman's cock. And then we'll watch the Sunny V2 video. Bro, I just farted and it smells like a gorilla took a dump on my floor. You know what? I know those exact farts. And it's usually after, like, because I've ate, like, if I eat something I'm not used to, it makes it smell almost like, you know, like when someone's getting a perm at a hair salon? They don't really get perms anymore, but yeah, it smells like that, and yes, you get 8 farts. Or more. So, Jack of Flames, will answer you next. I'll answer this lump of super chats. We'll get into the video. I need this something to drink, though. I'm going to start choking on my own. I don't know. My throat's fucking dry. Birds. That was all a lie. My fat ass was just ordering some more Mexicali Blue. Everything I said tonight was a complete lie. I'm kidding. It's not. They're pieces of shit. Anyway. Can you react to Punish Bernie by Amian Animations? So let me get to these super chats. Oh, I start with Jack of Flames. The really scary thing is, if the virus continues to mutate and create new variants, we may find our vaccine efforts become less effective over time. Yeah, why do you think we needed boosters already? Absolutely. It's a phenomenon known as original antigenic sin. But, dude, we're at a point now, and it's not just in the States. I was watching some, I hate saying it was on Vice, because everyone, oh, my political partisan brain now just shut off. There was a guy, I believe it was like in South America, maybe Brazil. It was around somewhere there. Where these are people that won't trust doctors and won't trust the vaccine, but they're going to him to get bleach injections. I'm pretty sure it was literally fucking bleach. Romney is a terrible person, modern day aristocrat. Oh yeah, who doesn't give? Doesn't he own, like, he worked with some firm or owned some firm that pretty much like orchestrated the demise of Toys R Us for self-profit. Like, he's a very corporatist guy, but I guess from it's not a high bar to hit. He's not completely fucking insane. Yeah, and the horse, the ivermectin, like, oh, it's a Pulitzer Prize winning, I think they said this, Pulitzer Prize winning medicine, but it's not for what you want to fucking take it for. It's okay, so there's an award-winning hemorrhoid cream. Does it mean I should take it if I get the fucking flu? Like, what does that even mean? Okay, great. But the thing that even, the perplexing thing, and I was going to say this too, one of the people who's very angry at me for my, I saying, hey, family or not, you're anti-vax, fuck off. These people, I could see if they were like the epitome of health, washboard abs, ate vegan or something, like, still think you should get the fucking vaccine, but fine. But they're very unhealthy. Not saying I'm the epitome of health, but like, I don't understand. Like, I could see if you were so concerned about your health, but you're the exact opposite. But like smoking and drinking and everything, but you're afraid of the vaccine? All right, cool, fine. You're insane. That's okay. It's okay to be insane. Just stay the fuck away from me. So, can you react to punished Bernie? Possibly. Is it worth and perfect now that the weed is setting in? Possibly. But we're going to watch that's an excellent video with the gamers channels, because with Sunny V2 there, I think I pretty much agree with everything. Oh, I know what you're saying, DBZ King. You know what's funny? What do you think part of the reason is why he's kind of changing his stance on the vaccine? He needs different voters. Now, Trump, to his credit, his administration, Operation Warp Speed, they deserve the credit for that. Got to give him the credit. I can't lie, because then that would just make me a hypocritical dick like everyone else who's partisan. But he's not talking as much about masks now, you notice, in a negative light. Now he's pro-vaccine. I wonder why. He didn't make the vaccine. My vaccine is the best fucking vaccine ever. I shove needles of it up my ass every day. Oh, God. Oh, Sasha Syrup. I'll just say it for... What, is my stream freezing up? Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Now it's working now. Yeah, no, it was tripping up. I saw it was skipping frames. It was skipping. But that's the thing, is that now why is he changing, DBZ King? Why is he changing his opinion? I could tell you why he's changing his opinion. Because he needs voters. What's unfortunately, due to the misinformation he helped put out there, happening to a decent portion, a lot of his portion, a portion anyway, not a decent portion, that would be extreme, but a portion of his voter base is unfortunately dying from misinformation. Got to get the voters somewhere. Look, let me tell you something. I now will gargle Joe Biden's nuts, even though I called him a senile piece of shit. Yes, I'm paraphrasing, because I need some fucking voters. And let me tell you something. If it is Trump versus Kamala Harris or Pete Buttigieg in 2024, hope you're ready to welcome Trump back into office, because his tremendously wet ass will be there. I'm just telling you, if it is Donald Tremendous, trust me, my genitals are quite large, Trump. Don't listen to Marco Rubio. He's a piece of shit. Against Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, or Pete Buttigieg, if Joe Biden even remembers his fucking name by then. Like, what is Joe Biden gonna... Let me tell you... Hypocrite Joe did not get rid of student loan debt. He did not do, and many of the, look at his weakened, cut down infrastructure bill, which technically was Joe Manchin's penis that he cut through, but I'm still going to blame him. And Joe Biden put up no fight about it, so he was okay with it, so he gets no credit for me there. What is Joe Biden going to say back to that? Well, Donald Care saw my hairy legs and Corn Pop is a bad dude with his dick in my ass in the sun. He can't even form a fucking sentence. He's probably full asleep. If it is Donald Trump against any of those clowns, it will be Donald Trump back in for a second term. Need bird overload. Yeah. So, hey, Dad, longtime viewer watching since the dad made his son smash his... That brought a lot of people in that video, and that was such a mediocre, poorly done video. I sucked. I'm better now. It's not that I'm degrading myself, but even the thumbnail for that video was quite awful. You man, I'm usually just sitting back and listening, though I'd finally say hi. Thank you, Carl White. I really appreciate that, man. Like, Trump is just, he's gonna win. He's going to destroy anyone I mentioned. Honestly, even Bernie Sanders. You know why I believe in a lot of Bernie's politics? But here's the thing. He's a fucking pushover. I was so mad at him when he disavowed Cenk Uygur. And I'm not like, oh, Cenk Uygur all over my face. I'm a fan of the Young Turks, but I'm not a fanboy. There's a difference. I've made videos calling them out before in the past. But because he was 20s and he was saying how horny he was, Bernie... I'm sure Bernie Sanders got plenty of boners in his 20s. Like, yeah, dude, it happened. He said bad stuff a quarter of a century ago. I've said stupid shit in the past before, which I've owned up to. Like, you're going to And that's what I think turned off people to Bernie. Want to know what turned off people a little bit to you, Bernie, that I'll say? Because you don't have a backbone. You stand up and fight to a point, and then it's like, I need to make sure that I am not kicked out of this race, so I will suck whatever dick I need to. And you lost me with that. Get balls! You know what I would have been like if I was... He'd said it a quarter fucking century ago. Grow a set. You gotta fight way worse than that. Not saying it's right. Not saying he should have. I've said things that I shouldn't have said that weren't right. But I'm different. You change. Cry more about it. You wanting to cut him off shows why the Democratic Party is so fucking weak. You're weak. Oh my God, titties made Cenk hard back in 1999. They still make me hard now. You gonna say that I'm a terrible person because of it? The applause didn't even go off. That's how serious it is. Go off now. And that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, he would crush Trump. Oh, really? Guarantee you probably say at least once or twice a debate where Trump would totally go below the belt. I will not do the same to him. I will not discredit him like that, discredit my own credibility. But you have to, because no other politician cares. And if it means they accrue power over you, Mr. Sanders, they will rip your nuts off and put them on top of their salad. And that's why I'm not like, oh, Bernie would just good chance. There's a good chance he'd win, but that guaranteed chance that everyone's swearing, I don't think so. Oh, I know, General Parr. And that's what I'm saying. There's still a good chance. I even said that before I saw your message. There was, but that, like, he would just steamroll. He may win, but he would have, there's a decent chance he would have won by an uncomfortably close margin more than people think. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not, like, the best thing would be like a progressive Donald Trump. That would be the best, because we need someone who would go below the fucking kneecaps verbally. That's what Donald Trump, he didn't give a fuck, man. And it worked, to his credit. Review credit where credit is due, USA. Bear, I agree. But I don't think it's as guaranteed as people thinking. I think he would win Bernie, but I don't think it would be the landslide that people are thinking, because Bernie folds like a deck of fucking cards too much, man. He does. But I do think I would vote for him. Before Joe Rogan had an ivermectin pill shoved up his ass by, I can't think of his fucking name right now. Tyranny! Alex Jones. I couldn't think of it. Ruined the joke. Actually, it is pretty. Actually, you know, that's a lie. It's still pretty fun. Joe, come here. I got something for you. What do you want to do? I'm eating elk meat right now. I'm going to shove this pill up their ass. It's going to save your life. God damn it! I would pay to see that. So if you ever want me to referee Alex Jones shoving an ivermectin pill up your ass, I'm there for you, man. But even Joe Rogan, my point being, is that he said he would vote for Bernie. But I just see where Bernie, like, I need to take a step back. I'm shitting my pants right now, and I can't go below the belt. Obama had the House and the Senate. He was king, but he still wanted to talk. Dude, it's rigged. And yes, because the corporate Democrats, which is virtually all of them, let's keep it real. The Republicans, they're all pretty much corporatist too, let's keep it real. They're all in the same fucking camp. They're corrupt. They don't want, they pretend to, oh, I am pro-corporations too, but I'm not racist and I am not homophobic, so vote for me, even though I'm going to do nothing for you. Both the Republicans and Democrats run on identity politics because they don't want you to focus on the real issues because they would have to go against their corporate paymasters, and they don't want to do that. They're going to do what their donors want them to do. So they want you to fight about the stupid frivolous shit that doesn't actually have fundamental change. You don't have to be left or right to disagree. That's not partisan. That's common sense. What did Bernie... You get my super chat about my favorite senators. What did Bernie Sanders say? He just basically said they were cutting him off from Justice Democrats Cenk Uygur and that he can't support anyone like that. I'm like, bro, he said it literally when he was like in his 20s. He was a kid. It was something from like this was in 2018. They found out shit that Cenk said in 1999. You know how much shit I said in 1999 that I would never say now, and things I thought in 1999 that I would never think now? Holy fuck. At this point, vote the bird. The birds would be better. They would do more. They would do more than an actual human being, which would be nothing. And politicians, they just want to recruit power, and they're corrupt, so they don't want to do anything anyway. Is Twitter legally obligated to give Trump back? I have no idea how that works. I missed a lot of super chats, man. Dude, holy shit. Oh, dude, I missed a ton of Foil Grim. I missed you. I got the bird overload. Obama had... So, yes, I answered that one. My favorite senators in the Senate right now are Bernie Sanders, Ed Markey, Elizabeth Warren... Ralph Warnock and Jeff. I have to look more into Elizabeth Warren. I kind of feel it's speculation, but she worked against Bernie to get the 2020 nomination. She stayed in basically to fuck him. Rich, ever dropped a log while in the toilet with your mask on? Dude, the mask attracts this. Yes. One time, because it was just I was in a public restroom recently, and I did my best to sanitize. I had to let out the log. It was just no choice. There was too much caffeine in the hole. The hole exploded. This came out of the hole. So a man had to release from the hole. And I had the mask on, and it amplifies the smell of the turds. It almost makes it like a turd is in your mouth. So, I missed Solid Crusader. I missed your super chat. Did I? Holy shit, Solid. Where? I don't see it. Dude, I really don't see it, man. If maybe could you do it very early in the stream? Fart gas is the number one cause of COVID spreading in the tri-state area. Are you trolling or are you telling the truth? No. Absolutely not. I would not tell my doc. I would if my doctor prescribed ivermectin. Yes. I would maybe ask a question and maybe ask another physician about it, but of course I would take it. So, P. Dudley, 504. What is my bias here? Explain it to me. Is my bias towards science? Yes, it's towards science. Is my bias towards common sense? What have I been saying? This year's goal is to become a big titty goth girlfriend. Is to become one? Also, I think you missed my super chat, super dat PSP. Yes, I will do that for you. But he's more outspoken now, Scott, about his being pro-vax. Like, he sat down with Candace Owens and roasted her not roasted her, but he's like, look, I think the vaccine is tremendous. Get the vaccine, I put it right. Like, he's playing more into it almost proactively, I would say now. Because he needs more of a base. I'm telling you, he's going to run again in 2024, and I don't see him losing if he does. I just don't. I don't see him losing. Especially with how much of a fucking joke and a disappointment the current administration is. Pfft, are you fucking kidding me? Like, at least Trump seemed like he stood for something. Pretended. Anyway. In office, yes. Brett Hanks, you're 100% right. Politics is just like WWE. I'm Jesse Ventura. Oh, he is right. Oh, I'm almost 100% on board with everything Jesse Ventura says. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Agree, left and right are complete corporate. Yeah, dude, we're run by corporations. I can't believe... No, if you don't think that we are, you're kidding yourself. Yeah, he was actually angry, Logan Wood. He was actually angry that he didn't feel like they felt like they held back that the vaccine was going to be released until after the elect, because he thought that they were doing that to keep him from getting reelected. Is the Amico still a thing? I canceled my pre-order. How would you feel if Hillary... Dude, she would get fucking steamrolled. To be laughing. I would be angry if she ran. If she actually... And they actually dared to give her the Democratic nominee to be the front runner to be the Democratic candidate. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? PV Sweetie Pie, do you need to get a new flu shot every year? Answer. I'll let you answer. Do you need to get a new flu shot every year? I haven't gotten the flu since 2001. That was the first year I started getting a flu shot. I'll wait for him to answer that. Who was timed out? No, don't time. Why do people... I think... Are people doing that to troll me because they want to make it like I wouldn't let them talk? Wings versus DSP. Wings would win with his nipples, obviously. Come on now.
Look here! Look, listen!
Anyway. We get that Sunny V2 video open. Man, that was actually a very, very satisfying hour and 33 minutes of stream, man. I'm not going to lie. It felt good. Felt good calling out. And that, let me tell you something, Mexicali, you've been on my shit list for years, but I held back to not do something like this for years. And then you want to call my family liars? Hi, fucking ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was satisfying. Yeah, the whole thing to me, not maybe the need for a VPN has diminished somewhat, but I'm on I literally almost started the stream without it, and I made sure to I am connected to New Jersey ExpressVPN right now. Yes, they are. I will need to be fully transparent. They also are a sponsor, but I renewed my membership with them. And I used VPNs even before they were a sponsor, but I renewed my membership at full price. They gave me zero fucking discount. I probably could have gotten a discount, but I didn't. I paid for it to make a point. Full price. Bill Gates versus Steve Jobs. Who would win? Well, he's dead, so no pressure. Hey, Rich, I never used to believe and support it, but YouTubers, thanks for opening my eyes to see the other side of the coin as they entertain as much as movies and keep up the great content. You know what's weird? You would think, I think it was Mark Bustler from Classic Game Room. People ask him, what does he watch? He's like, no, after YouTube, I don't watch YouTube. That's all I fucking watch. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. That's what I watch. So it's kind of crazy that people enjoy, there's people I enjoy watching, and it's weird that people enjoy watching me.
My jaw's hitting the ground. My jaw's hitting the ground.
I gotta fix that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We're gonna give you exactly what you want right now, Sasha Syrup. Jaw is hitting the ground. Yes. We're going to overlap that. And watch the magic.
My jaw's hitting the ground.
The magic just never stops in this fucking streaming channel. Man. Absolutely not. Brett R. Super Chat. Am I still missing? Dude, there was a tsunami of Super Chats that came in at once. So if I missed you, I wholeheartedly apologize. Bren R. I'm not seeing it, dude. And I'm scrolling back. We're going way back, to 1986 and mullets. And I'm not seeing it. Joe Mack, I missed one here. Joe Mack, spit the truth, Rich. Thank you. Jack of Flames gave me a wiener. Thank you for that. Ian Ninja Defender, and John, you've been a member for 3. Thank you very much. Ian Ninja Defender, thank you for becoming a member. Vermin Supreme 2024 LF free ponies for every. Dude, I would take a free pony. I would break that pony's fucking back though. Straight up facts, bro. You are a sane mind. I absolutely stand by you. Real serious chat tonight. You are dope, bro. I joined members. Thank you. I saw that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Not that it really was serious shit about Mexicali Blue, but I'm just man, you're good. And I'll shut up now. When you call my family a liar when the rice was cutting into my gum. Ha! And in the political climate that we are in right now, Beal, I would see that there is actually a chance that Logan Paul could win. Just because he has washboard fucking abs. That DSP would sniff. I actually like them and use them. They're a sponsor. I have to put that out there so you can take my word however you want to take it. I've had this pair since 2019, and I've used them on a fairly regular basis, and they still work. Is there any wear and tear on them? This one, the little filter thing, when I took this off one time, fell off. But that was 2 years ago. They still work fine. Again, they are a sponsor of mine, so you could be like, oh, he's just full of shit, so fuck him, here's a chicken. Has anyone called me dick? F the TV, I watch reviews. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate people watch my shit. And it just kind of sunk in the other day. Wow, people watch my shit while I watch these other channels. It's just weird to think that. Like, you think it's obvious, and yes, consciously it's obvious, but like, that's the shit that hits your subconscious. Like, people tune into a website to just watch you talk about shit in front of a camera. Has anyone called you Dick instead of Richard and meant it? No, I have been called Dick because someone was pissed off at me, though. Thanks, Dick. How about I don't give a shit theme on rant?
I don't give a shit!
Pretty much. Oh, yeah. Dude, there was... Look at the Civil War. Even before the Civil War, which led to the Civil War. Where it's just... There's always been constant conflict in some way or another. There was never a time where everything was as blissful as history looks back at it to be. Oh yeah, Dickers. I would believe it because it's in their best interest for you not to have a VPN, because if you have a VPN, there's ways that they want to be able to track what you're doing. That's what I say in my advertisements, and it's true. They want to be able to track what you're doing online. If you have a VPN, they can't. At least as efficiently. So they hate VPN. Of course they hate VPN. Of course Comcast. It's against their best financial interest for you to have a VPN. Also, keep in mind, people voted for Joe Biden because they hated Trump. I don't think the hatred for Trump has diminished, especially after January 6th. Dude, but there's a lot of people right now that are very angry. They were like, look, I mean, we wanted out of the dystopian, literal, and a metaphorical fucking fever dream as to how the Trump administration was handling COVID. Yes, Operation Warp Speed, I will give them credit for, but there was plenty of other shit that was disastrous, okay? The messaging was horrible. The misinformation that was put out there, and the divisiveness and how it was used as politicized and used as to weaponize for politics was disgusting. But the Biden administration, it's like a phantom that doesn't even fucking exist. It's a joke. He's a fucking mannequin, just like I thought he would be. Dicker, it's been a while. It's been watching since I was 11, and now I'm twice as old at 20. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking... Dude, in a climate where people are lucky to have an audience for a year, hearing that shit is amazing. I still love your content and watch you more than ever. Keep it up. Thank you very much. You should get the IEMs in ear. I have them, I believe. Yes, as a matter of fact, I literally have them downstairs, and they're fucking... They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Best headphones I ever had. Fun fact, 10 out of 13 colonies wanted to include the introduction of slavery to the New World as part of the indictment against the king. Do you also know that, yeah, dude, slavery was in the DNA of the states. It's horrible. George Washington had slaves. And I'm pretty sure I'm 100% positive. Meant to check this last time, but I'm still pretty sure I'm 100% positive. You could not vote in the States unless you were a male, white landowner. Because that's not racist and sexist at all. Like, think about how fucked that is. How fucked is that? So let's get that video out. No, bullcrap. It's an excellent video. I gotta find it. Here we are. Where is that? I thought it was easier to find than this. I would have had it spooled up. Let me look at... Alright, let me just search in here. It'll find it real quick. Gaming. Channels. Gaming YouTuber. Yeah, it's such a great video. I have the ones that are in ear, too. I have both. I have the ones that are like this. I have those as well. Great headphones. Expensive, but great headphones. And I have the ones that are over the ear, too. And let me, display capture. Here we go. Rapid farts. Of course, man.
You blew. You blew. You blew.
Sorry, DSP had to sniff one real quick. Oh, yeah. There was discrimination against Italians. Dude, we were always terrible. And that's the thing, like, racism was in the DNA of the States, like I just said. Like, you couldn't vote unless you were a white, landowning male. Like, come on. You know, that had to die in a fire, and I wish it didn't take as long as it did. We had to have a war over if humans should be slaves or not. Are human beings bad? Let me just give an example. Yeah, we had to murder each other to see which side would be able to choose if other human beings could be slaves. Yeah, I would say we're terrible. Yes, if you expect absolutely nothing for it. Super DC. Like, I didn't start looking... I mean, when I initially started it, and I always try to be fully transparent with this, I was like, okay, maybe I could put together, like, a demo, and like, I could get a radio job. Or maybe... I get a job at IGN. Yeah, that would have worked that way. But I didn't expect YouTube in and of itself to become anything. I didn't expect that. I remember I said in that video where I hit 300 subs, I want to do this for a living. That's what I meant. I want to kind of be in the entertainment field, and I thought maybe putting stuff up on YouTube would get me a job, like I said, in radio or something like that. But this, you can't, even back when I started doing it in 2008, let's say, because I started ReviewTechUSA, putting videos on ReviewTechUSA in 2009, but I started before that on another weird channel. Even back then, it was flooded. Now it's like ultra fucking flooded. It's like it was a slim to none chance back then. And I'm not trying to discourage you. Who the hell knows, man? I may have been like, hey, remember that guy Super DC I talked to? Now he has 12 million subs and gets 3 million views a video, and he probably makes more in a week than I make in an entire year. And God bless you if that happens. But just keep that in mind, what I said. RLM Audio, that's correct.
Now,
Hutch still streams. I think he still does okay with the streams. But yeah, he's not. He's, in terms of YouTube, he's totally irrelevant.
recently, while making these downfall videos, I've had a load of tip-offs and suggestions from people on my Twitter regarding YouTubers who have gone irrelevant or had a quote-unquote downfall. Now, I've been loving getting these suggestions.
That I did not know. That's something I'll have to check out, because that's interesting, Logan Wood. But that I did not know. That's interesting information.
Because it makes my life way easier.
But that on the flip side of that, that has nothing to refute with you. This shows how terrible humans are as a species. That we want to enslave other humans. What right do you have to enslave anybody of any other race? I'm just saying in general, not you specifically, just in general. It's incredible that people think that way. Louis L. Minor, thank you very much for becoming a member.
So thank you guys for that. But I've started to notice a trend. About 90% of these YouTubers that you guys suggest are gamers who don't get views anymore and are irrelevant, shall we say. People like Gold Glove TV.
I've never heard of Gold Glove TV. I remember thinking that the first time I watched this too.
1.26 million subscribers, 8,000 views per video.
And we're all born the same fucking way, and we all die the same fucking way. So who the hell are you to judge anyone else and think that you are more worthy than them and can have them as a slave? It's disgusting.
Locks, 300,000 subs, 10k views per video. Sandy Ravaged, 436k subs, 10k views per video. It seems as though the gaming genre is super volatile and way more exposed to irrelevancy compared to any other video genre. But why is this? I also want to explore how come some YouTubers can...
And every point that he makes here is 100% dead on. Dude, I remember, like, he would just upload... He used to use the Spaz in Modern Warfare 2. Spaz, whatever, the shotgun. So it was pretty dope. And he would just upload those videos, man, and hundreds of thousands of views, sometimes millions. This is back when Only Use Me Nipples. Only Use Me Play, but I wish he just uses nipples. Yeah, it's gross, Brett. It's so strange. And you know what's scary is that there's a decent portion of society that's smart enough to realize this, but I think, I hate to say it, but I think the majority still, they've just not evolved it yet to understand that a human being is a human being. And I think by the time we all become evolved as a society enough, it'll be too late for the human race. Aren't I just a bundle full of fucking joy tonight, aren't I? Yeah, no thank you. And I know with the smile, you know, Beal, I would never do that. No thank you. I wouldn't do even a dab for, I wouldn't like, so he'll go, Rich, go have another edible, I'll give you $20. Nah. Now, hot sauce I'll wreck my asshole with for money. I'll shill for that. But going under the influence of anything for monetary gain is not only an awful idea for harming yourself, it's not sustainable. And it's a violation of TOS, but even if it wasn't, I wouldn't do it. Breaking news, EDP has finally found work after getting banned on every website at Activision Blizzard, head of HR. Oh, God. That would actually be, I mean, he can't find a job anywhere, but with what they're going through, they would, that would be, I know you're joking, but that would be like the last place you'd be able to get employment right now.
You can go months without uploading, come back and still get millions of views, while other YouTubers don't upload for 3 days and run the risk of ruining their channel. This
that's sweet of you, Rohit.
video will explore the concept of irrelevancy, so we can answer the question, why do gaming YouTubers go irrelevant way more than any other video genre?
All right, Logan, here's the thing with that, though. I can't go, like, now you're going into territory that I don't know. What I spoke about before, I know enough about that I could speak. I don't like being one of those peoples that just speaks on things I want to know about the time. Maybe I'll go look into all that and discuss it in a stream with you. In the future, obviously, I would need time for that, but... Like, that's the thing. Like, if people mentioned something, there was another time it was about science or medicine, and I didn't have the answers, and I didn't want to pretend to, because that would be irresponsible of me. I will look into it, and then I would love to know about it. Rich, we all benefit from our Chinese... Well, yeah. And I've talked about it before, that any child exploitation should be reprehensible. And the people who... Like, I was... The best was one time when I put up a TV review. You're endorsing a Chinese-made product. As I'm complaining on my Chinese-made iPhone that's all manufactured in China in a company that used to have suicide nets from keeping people from killing themselves. Oh, I'm sorry.
Competition. There you go, I've given you one word that answers the entire video. But seriously, what is competition? Well, competition in a...
There's just a lot of fucking gaming channels. Gaming news channels, there's 1 billion. Gaming review channels, there's 10 billion. Like, it's everywhere. Like, the pie has been cut to the point where it's like a see-through piece of floppy glass. Ass.
In a broad sense, is rivalry between two people who share a similar goal. However, in a YouTube context, competition is the number of other creators that are
75 to 77. What's your budget? Because I'll bring Hisense. They make excellent TVs. I've reviewed two. Well, one was a review. One was just part of a video. You could get a 75-inch. I'm pretty damn sure for well below 2,000 or 3,000, well below. It's healthy to criticize your country. The best form of patriotism and criticism helps improve the nation. Praising every action your shitty government does can lead to inevitable doom. What? North Korea. North Korea says hi. Our dear great leader. Oh, by the way, that dear great leader is now probably going to have you deboweled and impaled on a stick because you were saying something negative about him on your smartphone, which you're not allowed to have. Yeah, the criticism, man. You gotta criticize. You gotta question.
Making videos in a specific video genre. For example, Ninja is competing with Tfue, Keemstar is competing with Scarce.
No, they're not. They're not competing any. I'm not. Ninja's not competing with anybody anymore. Ninja is. Well, I guess I'm irrelevant too, but his irrelevancy is probably still like 80% more viewership than mine. Let's keep it real.
Some Ordinary Games is competing with Penguin Zero. I'm sure you can apply it to whatever creator you watch. However, simply knowing that competition exists isn't enough to answer the question. We have to dig a little bit deeper. Why is there a lot of competition in the gaming genre? How come some genres of content like gaming or reactions have millions of different videos available on YouTube, while other genres it's hard to even find a single person making content on a topic that you might be interested in? Well, it comes down to what's called barriers of entry. What do I mean by barriers of entry? In a YouTube
Well, if you're going out doing pranks, the barriers of entry with that would be not getting fucking arrested.
setting, it's the amount of obstacles in the way of making a certain video type. For example, the specific knowledge of a skill or perhaps the equipment needed to make a specific video. Well, let's apply that to gaming. What does it take to start a gaming channel? A computer or gaming console, 90% of the developed world has one. A specific video game to make videos on, again, anyone can get that within an hour if they really want to. Recording software, editing software, all very easily accessible to anyone looking to start making content. On top of this, there's really no risk from a social standpoint. You can post videos under an anonymous name with no face cam. There's no risk of social rejection, right? And
yeah, that's an interesting one I didn't think of. Everything else I would say is true. You know what's interesting though is that back in 2010, the bar of entry, I think he said, was actually pretty high, unless you were doing like what DSP did, like where you just filmed. And that's not even a roast at him, but that was a different time where that was acceptable, where you put a camera at a screen and recorded. But yeah, that was the reason why it was more of a chance you could get viewership, because if you were like in the Rolls Royce Club if you actually had like an HD PVR. So there was not as much content. Now you could go to Best Buy, get like the cheapest capture card there, and have HD 1080p 60 content uploaded. So everyone and their mother could upload a video. Thank you, Richard. And I'm going to have to, again, when my editor gets back, he's going to help with some other stuff, too. I want to get merch back up. I know I've been saying that forever, but... What's the result of all this? Quite literally millions of gaming videos on YouTube to compete with. Most of them get no views, but that doesn't matter. We're just Blade X, it is what it is. It'll never stop.
Highlight the competition and how easy it is to make content within that genre. The current state of monetization on YouTube also likely has a huge role in the desire to be a gaming content creator. With so many different video styles becoming demonetized, there's far more incentive to go with a safer genre like gaming. On top of this,
yeah, or you could go with just something much higher production value. And gaming isn't... It's not as safe as he's making it out to be. I'm kind of mixed on this.
Gaming genre in itself already offers loads of incentives that you might have over other video types. Sponsorships seem to be way more prevalent than other video genres.
I don't agree with that either. There's sponsorships slathered over every video I watch, even outside of tech.
And also, you can stream on Twitch if your YouTube channel becomes big enough. An incentive that's not offered by other genres.
What? I don't understand that.
Aspect that adds to the level.
There's a lot he says that makes sense here. That one wasn't it, though.
Level of competition is the fact that it's really difficult to differentiate yourself from other gaming YouTubers. Suppose that you're all playing the same game. Where's the point of differentiation besides the level of skill? Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but on the surface, from a visual point of view, maybe a slightly different overlay, slightly different editing, slightly different webcam.
Yeah, this is true. If the actual content creator's personality doesn't offer anything, it's just another person with a nice camera set up with a nice recording device, or just they're capturing inside of their console or PC playing games. It's as white rice or white bread as it comes. It's a dime a dozen.
But overall, differentiating yourself from the crowd in a way unrelated to gaming skill can be difficult. We can use a comparison example like
That's still a thing, I think, reaction matters, because they know you'll bring enough business to them.
Pure Ninja. If you put their streams or videos side by side, they really aren't that different. But the thing is, you can compare these two high-level streamers to any other lower-level streamer or YouTuber, and it'll be a pretty similar comparison from a visual standpoint. But now let's look at some examples on the opposite end so we can have some contrast. What about those extremely differentiated YouTubers?
No, the rice from Mexicali was fucking... It was mouth-cutting raw. I mean, I didn't get injured with eating the rice, but I'm like, this is not even cooked. What the fuck?
In a video genre with high barriers to entry. Let's talk about Vsauce. If you haven't heard of him, then you're probably living under a rock, but he's a science YouTuber with 15 million subscribers. He uploads very rarely. For example, his last upload was 4 months ago in February 2020. But 4 months isn't even that long for Vsauce. His previous upload before his most recent upload was 9 months ago, and 2.5 years before that. But these videos all still got millions of views. Imagine if any gaming YouTuber that you can think of
Okay, Logan Wolf, thank you.
uploaded 3 times in 2 years. How dead would their channel be? Pretty dead if you ask me. So then let's ask the question, what makes Vsauce extremely resistant to irrelevancy? It's not just that Vsauce makes good content, because there are loads of creators who make great content and still end up going irrelevant. It's that Vsauce has a skill that no one else on YouTube can replicate. Particularly his knowledge and interest in science to a level where no one else can compete with him. There's very few people that have the knowledge that Vsauce has, and of those who do have that same level of knowledge, how many of them have the ability to create engaging, well-edited videos like Vsauce? He's so far ahead of the pack with his skill set that no one else has any.
And this is the kind of shit that I'm gonna slowly, because you can't just make it overnight, start to do. Because this is what he's saying, and he's right here too. This is evergreen content. This is content that you could, like the Wii U video. That's one reason I'm doing it, because it's an unboxing of a brand new Wii U that's going to be interesting to someone in a week or whenever we get it done, depending on when Jay gets back, or someone 2 years from now. When you do like gaming best Fortnite game compilation, best kill streak compilation for Fortnite, or you're doing gaming news, it has the expiration date of fucking milk in the sun. You know what I mean? It's once people are over it, it doesn't age well. You know? Like, who gives a shit about my news stories from a month ago? It was news from a month ago. That's how it works. Whereas if you make content that has like a staying power to it, it's going to get not only more viewership, but longer sustained viewership, because there's always going to be a reason to watch it. Markiplier has managed to evolve if he's still one of the top dogs. Yeah, look at PewDiePie, even though he's like retired. Like if like him and PewDiePie were still doing like the same stupid videos they were doing back in 2012, they wouldn't be relevant now. Tobuscus is a perfect example of not evolving. He didn't evolve to change with his audience, and now he can't even get like 5,000 views on YouTube per video now, because he's still making videos like it's 2012. He may be a millionaire and doesn't give a shit, but obviously he gives a shit enough to still be making some kind of video.
Any hope of catching up. Another example is someone like Brody TV. His skill is that he has the ability to go out and embarrass himself in public and look hilarious while doing it. It's something that no one else is willing to replicate, because it can be embarrassing and awkward to film. You need a cameraman who's willing to follow you around for a day. It's not easy. It's a difficult type of content to produce.
And you also have the chance of getting arrested. That may be a pretty fairly important thing you're missing. And that's the thing too, man. Like, I'm 40 years old. I want to grow and expand with this. Like I said, even if there's a day that comes that I got fuck you money, I still want to do this because I love it. I want to expand and grow into like high production value stuff. And I know I love John Tron and I love Scott the Waz, but I do feel I'm as talented as them, and I haven't made content yet that shows you that. And it's time, because I want to I always want to have ReviewTechUSA around as like a production company, not just gaming news and reviews. So that will be the beginning of that.
It has high barriers to entry, but difficult can be a good thing because the resistance to irrelevancy is much higher, considering there's minimal competition and very few alternatives to watch if you want that type of content. Final example, Casey Neistat. What does
Yeah, I agree with this one too.
he have in his videos that no one else can replicate? Well, he has a lifestyle that very few can replicate. He has a non-douchey influencer personality despite all of his success. Another thing that not many people can replicate. And on top of this, he has filmmaking skills beyond this world that no one can even get close to replicating. He has so many skills that make him indispensable on the platform. And the result is that he can make YouTube videos that no one else...
You could like or dislike Casey Neistat, but this is true. I don't have any really take on him. I mean, I've watched his stuff from time to time. You can't replicate it, though. JonTron is another... You can't replicate JonTron. You can't replicate Scott the Wise. You know? JonTron's dumb takes that he's had on Twitter over time and time again. Aside, the talent's real, man. The talent's real. The talent's there. You know? And... If if the talent's unique, which JonTron and Scott the Waz are absolutely unique, and you know, I don't watch all of Casey Neistat's stuff. I watch literally like once or twice a year, but he is talented and it's unique. And if people can't get it anywhere else, they're going to come to you, because if the pies, if there's not as many people trying to take the pie, you get a bigger slice. The YouTube gaming spot, just like Sunny V2 is saying, he's generally right in this video. I do agree with most of them. Is soup. Everyone's trying to take a piece you get, man. It's like a paper thin motherfucking piece, like I said before. That's why when people are like, hey, Rich, I'm thinking of starting a YouTube gaming channel, especially if they say gaming. But what are some advice? Expect nothing, because it is so flooded that even maybe if you do garner a following, it may last for a day. A year, I should say. But you get my point.
Will ever be able to replicate on the same level. He's only uploaded 5 times in the last 4 months. The views might not be as strong as they were previously, but they're still pretty decent. If you were to upload 5 times in 4 months on a gaming channel, it's pretty likely that your YouTube career would be pretty much fried.
Yeah. But no, I like, there's been times I barely uploaded in a month. I was moving or something. You'll stumble a little bit, but you could rebound. I guess it depends on the artist. Or the creator, I should say. Yes, I think people making his life hell may lead him to crack and kill someone, but everything is also justified. He is a monster. I kind of agree with you. He's a piece of shit, and he deserves the hate that he's getting. But these people going so far as to basically not allowing him to have a roof over his head. Yes, what he attempted to do was monstrous, and luckily it was a decoy that he got caught by somebody, and it wasn't actually a 13-year-old he was meeting. And he's a disgusting piece of shit. But where the vigilantism is not the actual arm of the law. I'm not saying that our system of government is perfect and our laws are perfect, but now you have a mentally unstable person who's becoming more mentally unstable because he's literally being attacked from all angles, are justifiably so. Now, what happens if he blows up and then kills someone or kills himself? Then, God forbid, I don't want that to happen first and foremost because I want to see no one be harmed. If, God forbid, that happens, watch the domino effect that'll have on YouTube with all these vigilante predator channels on here. There's like a explosion of them. If something like that happens because of someone like the predator poachers, there's going to be another huge adpocalypse. Mark my words.
So, avoiding irrelevancy appears to be just...
Yes, I know he applied a Chuck E. Cheese. The fucking irony in him doing that. Come on, bro. You got caught trying to fuck a 13-year-old and you're going to apply a Chuck E. Cheese? I can't, man. I fucking can't.
Having a skill that you can perform on camera that very few other people can replicate without working on themselves first. Then let's apply that to gaming. Most gaming YouTubers don't have this type of specific skill that no one else is willing or able to replicate. Well, kind of. I say that lightly. I'll talk about...
Yeah, dude, be yourself. I still get people all the time complain. I thought this is a tech channel. I'm like, first off, like, I haven't been solely a tech channel since, like, I don't really think ever. If you really want to include even RLM audio, you remember talking about current events with, like, Kanye West when he went up on stage when Taylor Swift was on there and shit. Like, way back. I never kept it about news. Gaming news or just reviews. I include... Now, am I saying that I'm a wildly successful YouTuber? No. But I make a living on here still. I still do okay. And I think that's because whether you like my humor or not, or like me or not, because I know I could be just a gosh darn peach sometimes, I'm me. And I think people, for better or for worse, appreciate that. If you're just known for being able to slap your own ass with a blindfold over you and just do a bunch of kill streaks with a sniper rifle, okay, that's pretty amazing, and a lot of your videos will initially get millions of views, but at the 1,000th video where you're blindfolded and slapping your own ass while doing one-kill shots with sniper rifles, people are going to kind of get tired of it. Because even if it's cool or not, it's the same thing over and over again. You got to have something else. You got to have personality. You got to have something. You got to have birds. Of course. You got to have birds. Chef D, thank you. I appreciate you, Rich. Because if it's just about the gimmick, especially if it's like the channels that fall the hardest, and I don't know if he mentions it here or not, are not only just the gaming only channels, it's a single specific video game channels. Like if you were just Call of Duty, you got butt fucked relentlessly. There's a few exceptions, but that was like the great Call of Duty crash. There was so many fucking channels blowing up. I even shamelessly tried to do that, the Call of Duty Chronicles, corniest fucking videos ever, and I suck too much to ever get to be one of those channels anyway. But that was like a gold rush, and all of a sudden, man, it was like all those channels fucking imploded. Imploding channels. Why shouldn't you be pro birds? They're beautiful fucking birds, man. Yeah, the Minecraft. Oh, hey, it's Stumpy! I can't do his voice right now. I'm a little hoarse. A little hoarse. Probably from screaming. So, yeah, you got to evolve. You know, there's some people who despise my evolutions, but you're right, you got to evolve. If I was just doing gameplay, hey guys, here's today's gaming news, and that's all I did, I still enjoy talking about gaming news, obviously. People will be like, want, go to watch somebody else. And I'm sure people have went on to watch other people and got sick of my shit. Like, I know, I get it, there's channels I've done that with too, and that's perfectly okay. But if you want to be competitive, you got to bring something else to the table instead of just being good at a game, because that can only get you so far. Now it can get you super far, super quick, where you made $50 million and you never have to work again. Ninja says hi. And if you get on that rocket ship, sure, just sell out to that game and then do whatever the hell you want to. Maybe it's worth to be one-dimensional at that point. You know? But that's the exception, not the rule, that you'll get that big. And in most cases, you'll be like at where you're making a salary, but once that game dries up and no one cares about it anymore, if you never got to those ninja numbers, you were probably just making ends meet. Now you're shit out of luck because the one game that was the gimmick that brought people to your channel, no one's watching anymore, and you have nothing else to offer because that's all people came to you for. What you gonna do? Bad birds, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they shit on you? Horse bongo? That sounds like an awkward porn that I wouldn't want to watch. Birds aren't real. They are government-run drones to spy on us to make sure mutates our DNA into sleeper agents. Infowars.com. Infowars.com. Buy my asbestos-laden dick pills. Yeah, and Ninja, he said it, man. He's like, yo, I'm saving my money. Because he knew it. How long could a train like that? Like, dude, you have blue hair and you're really good at a game, and like people are kind of like, yeah, it's still wildly popular, but people are kind of over. Like Fortnite's going into the Minecraft territory now, where it's still popular, but that like crazed, frenzied phase where any video on YouTube would get 1 billion fucking views with it, or you know what I mean? Like it was the thing that people wanted to watch. It's kind of faded. And Ninja realized that, and if you read articles, he's signed it to his credit. He's like, yo, I'm saving my money. And now, because he was smart with his money, according to him anyway, he's never going to have to work another day in his life because he was good at fucking Halo and Fortnite. So, IB Toy Cat is lucky he's been on the same Minecraft world since the 3.6 came out. And to this day is a cult following I forgot existed. That's the exception, though, not the rule. There's still some people, a handful, or that's probably me being generous, that still get huge views for Call of Duty. Like, what's that dude who always sounds like this, and I think it was 8 Thoughts that really pissed him off. He's really jacked. He would butt fuck your car out of anger. Like, he's an exception. You know, Nick Merckx. Yeah, everyone knew as soon as like, oh, if I'm full of fucking roids and rage, eat ass. Like, you got examples like him. I don't know if Nick Merckx takes roids. He just sounds like he like shits more testosterone than I have in my entire body. Maybe I just cucked myself right there. I have to take an explosive shit. Hi, Dad. What up? How are you? I'm doing good, man. You'll be able to hear my rant and raving from the beginning of the stream. It went from restaurants to COVID conspiracy theories. It was a fun time. It's not a, I will warn you now, it's not a bird or family friendly stream. Oh yeah. And you know what, just like, and the thing is, he's like I have dirt on Trump, DBZ King. I'm like, so if you had dirt on Trump, and if you were a real journalist, Alex, why did you hold back that dirt? Oh, it's because you're a fucking soulless, moralist piece of shit who only has an agenda and wants to make financial gain. Fuck Alex Jones.
That in a second. But firstly, I think we can all agree, if a gaming YouTuber doesn't post, there's 100 or even 1,000 other people playing the same game who are all easily accessible on YouTube for you to watch as a viewer. It goes back to the point that if you aren't consistently producing, there's
He has Tetris music in the background.
always going to be another gaming YouTuber who is. But let's go further back to what I said about gaming YouTubers not having a specific skill that no one else can replicate. What I've said is obviously not entirely true. In order for there to be certain gaming YouTubers that rise to the top, there has to be some sort of skill in place for these top gaming YouTubers.
Seltzer turns birds gay. That was the best play on the Alex Jones things. Well done, Russell. I don't usually do this. Hopefully you're not a troll, but that was so funny that you're a mod. Can you imagine if dirt is real and Alex Jones would just torpedo Trump's credibility with his base? That would be. And then we imagine we live in a sick, fucked world where Alex Jones runs for a political office and has a chance of winning. I will move to Antarctica at this point. I won't feel safe in Canada. I will move to Antarctica. I will eat snow. I don't know what I'll do. I can't.
YouTubers, right? Well, of course. Why do you watch a Tfue or a Ninja? Because they're exceptionally skilled at the game that they're playing.
But what about, for example, like those Minecraft YouTubers where there isn't a specific skill aspect to the game? What is their skill? It's not like you need to be exceptional at the game to be an entertainer on it.
Well, that is their skill, entertainment. And this is why so many of them go irrelevant over the long term. Entertainment in itself is an extremely volatile skill, especially in the gaming world because everyone is entertaining in some aspect. So then we might ask,
well, that I would argue is not true either.
What's the incentive for watching an entertaining YouTuber with a limited skill aspect? It's the game they're playing.
Turbo Express now has DSP's fapping face.
Right? You like the relatability of watching them do something in a game that you personally might be able to replicate in your own time.
But what happens to both types of gaming YouTubers, the skilled and the unskilled one, when the game that they're playing begins to decline in popularity?
Well, your audience
No one gives a shit about either of them.
is going to decline naturally, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. If people aren't interested in the game, people aren't going to watch you, period. You can be the Rolls Royce of entertainment and the most skilled player on a specific game, but if the world isn't interested in the game you're playing, you're not going to get views.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. That's kind of happened with admittedly with gaming news, because the consoles are so borderline unobtainable. People have literally and this is not a conspiracy, this is not, you guys know I own up to my own shit, but people were saying, Rich, I don't give a shit about anything you're saying about the PS5 or Series X. I don't have one. Why the fuck would I watch shit about it for a console that I can't own? And it kind of falls with this. Yeah, hey, you make great content, but I don't give a shit about the game because I'm over it. I've moved on. So it's yeah, it makes sense.
And of course, there are exceptions to this, like
Bill Gates 2024. No pressure though.
PewDiePie and other variety creators, but generally speaking, if the game that the content is being made on is on a decline, the views are also naturally going to be on a decline. Case study, someone like Noah's Noah. Following Fortnite's decline in popularity, his views have naturally dwindled.
Turtle. We can watch some modern
quite literally
gamer.
daily, very high quality content. But given the decline in the game he was making content on, the growth just wasn't there. So when the game that the specific YouTuber is known for begins to decline in popularity, what happens to those gaming YouTubers who specifically have that gaming skill on a particular game? People like your Tfues and your Ninjas. Well, they have two options. They can stick with a game that they're exceptionally skilled at and are making content on, but it's a sinking ship given the declining viewership. They're not stupid, they know that games come and go, rise and fall in popularity. If they stick with that game, there's a chance they'll go down with the ship. So the second option seems more viable, to change game to whatever is most popular. But then let's take Tfue for example, previous top 50, top 20, top 10 player in Fortnite, right? Well, when he swaps to a game like Call of Duty Warzone, is he going to be top 50, top 20, top 10 player right off the bat?
Well, of course not. Skill level is unique to a particular game. It might translate a little bit, but not in its entirety.
Maybe in the top 10,000 or the top 5,000 players. While top 10,000 is a reasonably impressive number, why are you going to watch a streamer or a YouTuber in the top 10,000 players when there will be another streamer on Twitch or YouTube on that game in the top 20 or top 10 for that new game that they've navigated to? The reason you watch...
Yeah, and the cycle just goes on and on and on, and then they go to watch those people that are in the top 10. Then the game that those people are playing in the top 10 gets old and then no one wants to watch it anymore, so they go down in rank, and then they try to switch over to the popular game, but they're not on top anymore, and those other people are on top, so they're popular, but the game they're playing becomes irrelevant, and the cycle just continues. That's one thing I could tell. Unless you hit the Ninja lottery ticket, it's not worth it to stick to one game.
watch a Tfue or a Ninja is if I had to estimate 80% game skill, 20% personality.
When the skill level on the new game is much lower than the skill level on the previous game, there's not nearly...
Imagine if there was ever... Oh, that's so scary to think of. You're just making me think of all this right now, DBZ. I know I already answered your super chats, but just wrong. Imagine there's one day a President Alex Jones. Holy fuck, though. No. No, 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 no. And it's not that wild to think of. Marjorie Taylor Greene is an elected representative. Donald Trump was the former president of the United States. I do think that probably Ted Cruz blew him at one point, Donald Trump.
as much incentive to watch.
And this is reflected in the YouTube views for Tfue as well as many other Fortnite creators. People like Ninja, Muselk, Lachlan, they're obviously not irrelevant or even close to it, but you can see how their view charts pretty much perfectly correlate with the popularity of the game. And this is kind of what we've seen with most of the big Call of Duty YouTubers from back in the day. As their main game that they're linked to declines in popularity, they just kind of go down with it. And the only ones who stay relevant are the ones who either move
Oh god, only use me
to new
nips.
ventures or develop a bit more of a personality and become a variety streamer. But generally speaking, think about White Boy 7th Street, X-Jaws. At the
Oh god, White Boy. He's like when you look up 2010, you just see White Boy 7th Street's fucking face. But she's still like a cancer that has penetrated the government. Part of the cancer, I should say. And it scares the fuck out of me.
At the time, they were the kings of the world because their skill was relevant. But looking back, you can see how disposable they are considering that they're only developed
What? Well, there is a sight I would not see. Thought I would see.
skill within their videos is their ability to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And now that that game has a minimal audience, they have to resort to other shit that everyone else can replicate. Football card opening, how to smell flowers, football card opening, how to smell flowers, just
How to smell flowers. And then Keemstar the child, did he really clickbait people because Keemstar had a 20-year-old girl? Oh, come on, dude. Is that what he's doing now? He always was super baity, though. Wasn't White Boy 7th Street always super baity? Like, when he wasn't he like in the camp, like if you think of clickbait, you just like would see his stone face just looking. I'm always stoned too, so that's okay. But how to smell flowers, and is Keemstar a child predator? On today's exciting episode of White Boy 7th Street.
just general clickbait BS. Anything to get a few more views before the channel disintegrates into nothing.
There's no effort, there's no passion, there's no nuance. There's nothing that is being done in these videos that can't be replicated by anyone else on this platform.
And the ultimate result, a dead channel. So then let's finish this video by answering the original question. Why do gaming YouTubers go irrelevant more than any other type of channel? Well, the videos and the channel popularity are often based on the popularity of something that's totally out of their control, the popularity of the game. On top of this, there's unlimited competition for the genre considering the low barriers to entry. Finally, differentiation beyond skill level is extremely
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
difficult given the thousands or even millions of channels available.
I don't shake your hand, I'll sniff you.
Viewing. If you're a gaming YouTuber and want to avoid irrelevancy, it seems as though you have to offer something unique, a unique personality.
How to snort my DSP. I know I've been hitting the applause way too much tonight, but come on. Phantom, I can relate, especially when the kill seems super cheap. Like, I accept when I suck. You guys see me when I stream here. I'm like, all right, I know you're frustrated, but you got to admit it. You were just shit there. But when it's just like, when you see their kill cam and they see something totally different than you saw, and you know that's probably because of lag or whatever, it's like, man, I was hiding behind the wall and you're showing I'm still just running through the door. They did not shoot me. Oh, of course there's going to be Scott Deltois clones popping, because his concept is genius. And he found a way to, he's only in his early 20-somethings, he found a way to appeal to 40-year-olds like me and like 15-year-olds. It was a tsunami of lusciousness for Scott. A tsunami. Ninja Tour, where he streams from the White Oval Office playing video games and jacking off in the restroom. Why would he be jacking off in the restroom? Wait, was there like something that happened with Ninja where he was jerking off in the restroom? Talks about Fortnite and COD with the Pentagon. Oh, Jesus.
CD in the third, or exceptional skill across multiple games like Tfue or Shroud. You have to have something else that no one else can offer. Be like Vsauce, be like Brody TV, be like Casey Neistat. Offer the YouTube audience something that no one else can offer. If you do, you'll have a cruisy time on the platform.
That's with any product. That's true.
Alright, that's going to be all for this video, guys. If you guys could like and subscribe, I'm going to put a thumb up for both because they both do the same thing. I would appreciate the hell out of that, but other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Peace!
Well, that was interesting. So yeah, that was a good video. And like I said, like 99% of it I agree with. How to Cry by Wings of... I don't even know who the Ace family is. Let's see if there's anything else interesting here. Maybe I'll go for something. Oh, it's only 9:30. Let's take a look here. I got a piss though, so that's too depressing, even though it's interesting. I have no idea who the fuck High Distortion is. I don't know who Ali A is, or barely know, I should say. I just can't stop burping. Yeah, let's watch Tanacon, which even before it flopped, I thought was the stupidest fucking thing on the planet anyway. Let me go... Like, what is a vlogger gonna do at basically a concert for you? It's like, who was that one who got that guy who went insane, who also did the pranks? And like Keemstar, like, I think showed up to his concert. Like, dude, what? You're just a prank YouTuber. What are you going to go on stage and do? Like, are you going to have a rope shooting contest and see who shoots farther when they bust a nut? Like, Fousey Tube. Like, what the fuck am I going to watch? Like, what are you going to do? Smack your own ass on stage for me and scream? Just explain it. Yeah, rope horse. They're gonna have, yeah, him and Keemstar are gonna see who shoots the furthest rope. Like, that's me going for ReviewTechUSA anyway. I could see me doing maybe like podcast comedy things like this on a stage. That would be cool to see an audience with. But that's like me just going to review, like, do new tech news live. ReviewTechUSA Live, where he regurgitates tech news on a stage. Who cares? Some of these fucking people, man. Alright, we'll watch this. But some of these fucking people are way too fucking high on themselves, and they need to be cut down a couple fucking pegs. I'm gonna go let urine out of my hole. Urine out of my hole. So said person, who I won't name, just texted me, who's on the anti-COVID side, that, well, at least I don't make a living getting shirtless, talking about dicks and boobs, and making fun of gay people, because you know that I am a giant homophobe. It's not like I talk all the time about being pro-LGBTQ, about being pro-gay marriage, and about equality. But this is what happens, man. The goalpost moves. The goalpost moves. And it's all because of the fact that I didn't think that a person should have been at Christmas because they're not taking any precautions. They're actually going against precautions purposely. Well, you know, I used during a live stream that I had on Twitter, and I apologize for this instantly, there was a homophobic slur I said. It was back in 2016. It was a word I have not used since. That slipped out of my mouth. It was wrong. It was still inexcusable. Doesn't matter what exterior forces were going on in my life with stress. It doesn't matter. And I own that, and I made that mistake. So that of course is used against me. But really though, actions speak louder than words. Even before that video, and I had the video evidence to prove that, where I slipped and said that slur during the live stream. I've made video where people were pissed off because gay marriage was legalized. I forgot where it was legal, but it was legalized in the States. And I'm like, why? If it's two people that are happy, why do you care? If it's two consenting adults that want to be married, why do you care? If you think it's against God, let God sort it out. But here's to the said person that I won't name. I'm an entertainer. You may not like how I entertain people, but what I do is fun, what I do is ethical, and what I do a lot of people enjoy, and they support. You're a dumbass that doesn't support science, who thinks that sending and spamming a whole bunch of fake vitamins to take is the proper way to go. No, thank you. I like my job. And I'm successful at what I do. Go wallow in your own misery and lies. Anyway, hi everybody.
This much work or heart and soul into anything in my entire life, let
Oh my God. Trump goes up against Biden again in 2024. It'll be a red sweep. It'll be a red sweep. Do I want a red sweep? No. But come on. 3 studies confirm watching porn. That was a thing I heard where, oh, people are jerking off too much to their dick. They're like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, dude. And they're, what am I, a prostitute? You don't know my job. You don't know how my job works. Would you say that to someone who's making 650 million in assets like Howard Stern? He farted his fucking way to the bank and got multiple zeros in it because of it. Because he realized that people aren't... Look, you could criticize Howard Stern for current Howard Stern. I'm still a fan of him, but there's things I disagree with, and I'll agree with you on the things that piss you off about him. But he realized that there's so many people that are uptight and just caught up in this veneer they want to be of being so high class and fake and just trying to put on this demeanor of a false happiness. And he said, you know what? I like titties and farts. And I'm going to talk to other people about liking titties and farts. I'm going to make you uncomfortable talking about them. And that to me is brilliant. And I think it's entertaining being down to earth. So yeah, I get stoned, dicks, titties, farts, and I'm pro LGBTQ. And I've never said anything on these channels that is anti-gay. But don't worry, like you said to me before, thoughts and prayers. That makes everything, all the hypocrisy that you have, just fly right out the window.
alone my entire career.
Okay, I'm pretty sure a riot's about to happen.
The event that sold 5,500 tickets for an event that
Oh, God.
1,150.
She needs to give everybody their money. Yeah.
I waited for 6 hours at Tanacon and gave up waiting because I was sunburned and sick.
What were they going? I know they were going to see Tanacon. Chris Trump or Biden win either way. Yeah. Someone sounds a little salty. I don't know if they. But you're gonna don't downplay what I do, or make me into something you know is not true. Because you're pissed off because I won't just fall into your narrative. Get out of here.
Here's my Tanacon experience. It was awful.
But even if you got in and got into the Tanacon event, what would it still be? Awful.
This show couldn't get any
worse.
So are you shutting down the whole event?
Horrible, just disaster of a convention.
The fans were legitimately scammed.
Before the event took place, it had been hyped as one of the greatest ideas in YouTube history.
I'm excited for Tanacon.
God, for what? What are you excited for? You guys know I don't knock success either, because that's always the thing that's used against me when I'm critical of people. Oh, you're just salty. Okay, why? I'm not salty. But like, what did she even blow up with? Just saying stupid shit, right?
It's just...
After the event,
I know, like, iDubbbz roasted the shit out of her.
and had concluded, it was dubbed by many as the worst decision ever. Tanacon was its name. A convention hosted by Tanamojo, an LA influencer who's best described as something like the female version of Jake Paul. Hilariously, when looking back in retrospect, for the event, disaster was almost inevitable. What else could you expect besides catastrophe when 20,000 people show up to a venue that holds less than 5,000? Would you expect anything different when you make attendees wait for 6 hours in the burning hot sun, only for them to be told that it's cancelled when they finally make it to the front?
Today, it has been cancelled completely.
Would you expect anything different when the whole thing was planned over a period of less than 40 days?
Conventions take years.
And
they
what month?
take months.
Was that this year?
That was 40 days ago, maybe.
I think all of the rebelled people and all of the unwanted people.
I'm sitting here, I'm not just out of my mind. I'm sitting here just, what do you have to offer? I don't get it. How do, like, there's so many people that Oh, this is a fun one too. Hold on. Person wrote to me. And I'm going to stop this after this. This is just getting... But it's okay to demean me and my job. I demean her and her job. Anyway, I know I can't bring that up because then... To a bunch of ignorant fools whose lives revolve around video games, listening to reviews, and perversion. And she's held professional jobs. Our lives all revolve around perversion in video games. You know what? That sounds like a fun time. I'm okay with that. Or it could just be where people don't take life seriously and gaming is their hobby. This is what I'm saying, man. So, it went for me being homophobic, which I'm factually not, and have all the evidence in the world to prove it, that, oh, but no, you weren't homophobic, but you didn't like my job. Which had nothing to do with anything that would even be ethical or not. I can't, but the only reason I can't talk about the profession, because then I don't want anyone to know, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it at that point. As a matter of fact. Just block them. It's like, oh yeah, oh well, you get shirtless on stream and you're homophobic. No, it's factually proven that I'm not homophobic. Well, all right, but you used to think that because I had a job in science in 1982 that me trying to give medical facts now and compare myself to actual doctors, me saying that I'm stupid because of that makes that's more demeaning. That's literally what they were saying. Okay, you're right. You're not homophobic, but you think I'm a conspiratorial idiot. Yes! I can't. Alright, let's get... Well, this is actually aggravating me too. Why do you want to go to a fucking Tanamongo concert? Or a con. What is she gonna do? Fart into a mic for you on stage?
should host a little meet and greet in Anaheim, California on the same days as VidCon.
The catastrophic idea for Tanacon crystallized.
God, the way she feels, the self-importance in the tone of her voice. You want a signature from me? Like, I feel like when people ask for a signature, I'm not making it like I'm gracious. I'm a pretty confident guy, but it still is a humbling thing to me when someone wants my fucking signature. Like, what the fuck do you want I'm a dick. So I'm like, all right, cool. But there's some people who are like, holy fuck, you are gonna get my signature. I'm DSP, and you are gonna get a empty case with my signature in it for a game box. I should order some Mexicali.
Was just 80 days prior to the event taking place, initially being teased in a 1 hour and 20-minute rant video posted on the 3rd of April.
Can't tell if she's trying to look sexy or constipated right there.
2018, titled Why I Won't Be Attending VidCon 2018, a rant. In this video, as you might assume from the title, Tana ranted about her first 2 years attending VidCon in 2016 and 2017, stating that she had been treated poorly and unfairly by the organizers of the event.
You can't have a meet and greet here. We don't care if your fans are upset. We don't care if you're upset.
Then, to avoid a 3rd year of adversity, VidCon decided that they would bar Tana from the event completely.
They decided it would be better if they banned me from their event for life.
Which left Tana with a feeling of resentment towards VidCon as she was now no longer able to attend.
Why was she banned? That kind of went over my head.
However, Tana made a realization. She had literally millions of fans, many of whom were attending VidCon to meet her specifically. So why not just cut?
What? Okay, I'm genuinely asking this because I don't know her whole history. What did she use to garner her fame? I used cucumbers and bad gaming takes. What did she use? Her personality? I don't even know who David Dobrik is. Okay. I'm just old and have no fucking clue. Let's continue. I know she's just like a vlogger who vlogs shit. Tattooed chick, how are you?
VidCon out altogether and host a smaller, cheaper, more personal meet and greet somewhere else in LA on the exact same day as VidCon with the goal of revenge. One of the top comments sums it up well, stating, "So this is the video that started it all." Approximately a month and a half later, after being approached by some inexperienced
You could have Stables. How about a review? You could have Stables and an Avery. We could take all of our shirts. I would have like a convention, but it would have to offer like shit. Not just me. I'm not enough. I know I'm not enough. I'm self-aware to realize that I'm not enough. A lot of these people just think, like, FuzzyTube, like, it's like a concert setup, whether it was considered a convention or not. It looked like a fucking concert. And he's just on stage rambling about the hairs in his asshole. Is that all you need? Because maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I should be a little bit more self-absorbed and thinking people want to see me and just talk about my anal hairs. I want to live in that world, birds. I want to live in that world.
Event organizers, Tana would announce Tanacon via Twitter, stating, "The first Tanacon will be on June 22nd to 23rd in Anaheim, California. Get ready. I promise you aren't ready. I have so many surprises in..."
Canceled. You're not canceled. Oh, artificial conflict to garner. It works, I know. It works. But it's so gross.
Store, and you can attend for free. The first, small round tickets drop at 12 PST. Be refreshing. It's limited.
Yes, one time's getting Grandpa excited. Actually, we should see something. I need to do a test here. Hold on. Where is Grandpa excited?
You're getting Grandpa excited.
Hold on here a second. I gotta try something. No, we'll do it later. We'll do it later, because I gotta go into the software.
The event looked awesome from the outset. A cheaper version of VidCon with an all-star lineup including influencers like Shane Dawson, the David Dobrik Vlog Squad, Bella Thorne, Emma Chamberlain. The list went on and...
I'm old. It's official, I'm old. I don't know anybody except Shane Dawson on there. I don't have a fucking clue who any of these people are. I am old and irrelevant.
on, each of which having their own scheduled performance or Q&A. Additionally, there was an initial round of $1 general admission tickets, making the event basically free for a few lucky individuals. However, perhaps the reason that Tana stated "I promise you aren't ready" in her initial tweet was maybe because she literally wasn't ready either. In the weeks leading up to the event for promotion, Tana would be interviewed by Forbes, during which the first few red flags would begin to show.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people, and it doesn't mean that they're probably way more relevant than me. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm old.
Up, particularly when talking about how little planning had actually gone into the event before the announcement.
You didn't have anything rented, there was no press, there was no lineup, there was nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's pretty incredible.
Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
How do these motherfuckers have all this money and not know how not to make a mic clip?
I'm a very last-minute person, but
The lack of planning came off as kind of quirky and romantically impulsive, but as the date of the event came nearer and nearer, it would eventually be revealed to all that it should have been interpreted as a complete lack of organization. The event began to fall apart before the day had even begun. On the night before Tanacon would take place, the event's opening time was changed from 8 AM to 6 AM. Now this wasn't...
Why is everyone... Abby, tipster! Ask tipster! Thank you, Abby. What am I asking tipster? Am I asking tipster the circumference of his nipples? What the fuck am I asking him? That would actually be pretty interesting to know, but yeah. Hey.
Such a bad idea, as getting people into the event earlier would have offered a better experience overall. However, the next day, as the event was beginning, the opening was so poorly managed that the first set of people weren't even let into the event until 8:50 AM, meaning that even the earliest of attendees still had to wait 3 hours before being let into the event. Make sure to arrive early, the lines are going to be long, was deadly accurate regarding the part about the length of the lines. Considering no one was being let into the event, the lines began to get longer and longer and longer. Aerial videos filmed by those in their hotel rooms above showed lines that looked to be so long that they wrapped around the car park numerous times.
I just don't know. I'm old. I know. Like, this is people literally with different brain chemistry at levels of brain development that think about life differently. But what do you see? What would you... I would never even remotely think of people lining up around the block for me. Like, what do you see in these people? No, don't look up to me as a hero, which I don't think anybody does. Don't look up to any, like, respect people and you can enjoy their content. But what is someone who's not a musician or an actress, who's not a performer, who makes vlogs, going to offer you that you should be standing in this line waiting to see them at this moment? That's not salt, that's just reality. So many fans would come. I'm sure in the future I'll be a part of a con, but would I have like some shit dedicated to me? Get the fuck out of here. Like a Tanacon? Like she literally named it after herself. No, that's not. Do you self-aggrandize, and are you a narcissist, and do you think you have an ego? Well, I named an entire convention after my fucking self. Rich, please fist me. You gotta talk to the birds about that. I'm not in control, Google Fish. An HDR monitor works with a 4K. Is that like a QVC thing? Rich Fisticon.
So you end up.
Dude, isn't that a real thing where like there literally is like people that go fist each other? I think like Howard Stern sent out. So you like heard like this. There was literally like people who joined this to get fisted. Howard Stern. He had like someone go there to report on it, and you just heard like, oh yeah, there's this lawyer fisting this other guy who's a janitor, and all you hear is, oh. And it was really happening, and the fucking guy reporting to Howard Stern was dry heaving because he's like, you could smell the ass! You could smell the ass! Yes, there's literally like a fist con or fist fest where people go to fist each other. I'm not kidding. It's a thing that exists. So if you want to go pay to get fisted, here's your chance. Hello? Oh, I thought it was on spill. I thought it was on speaker. Hello? Hey, what's up, Bill? You'll go to FistCon if I go, and all right, no pressure though. I'll sign up. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Guess I'm going to FistCon with Bill. Confirmed.
Right here, but you start way back here. I am lost for words. Tanacon just went crazy.
Others who had filmed the whole event from the ground like Plain Rock Vlogs also displayed the insanity of the lines from a first-person perspective.
I wonder how much of a percentage of it was other fucking YouTubers just going there just to film it because they knew it was going to be a train wreck. Like, I guarantee you that Belle Delphine's vagina water probably sold 40 to 50% of its sales were just from YouTubers who wanted to have viral videos because of it. She profited from other people wanting to profit, but hey, more power to her. No, we'll give a grandpa excited.
Getting grandpa excited.
Oh my god. Yeah, these lines are larger than...
Yo, Rich, my super chat said Bernie was only nice to Dems. I agree he should, but kept saying he would get a lot of pressure from beating the Trump badly. He would have played the general election different. Oh, okay. I hope that's true. I mean, I would definitely, if like someone asked me to be like a guest at a con and have like a panel, that's fine. But like having like a nipple con is just not in the cards for me.
VidCon's lines for sure.
However, the reason behind why the lines had become so long was not only due to the late opening as previously mentioned. There was one other short-sighted, perhaps even greedy reason. Far more tickets were sold comparative to the capacity of the venue.
The actual capacity, which included far more than the ballroom, was 3,192. So that still means that the event was oversold.
The Anaheim Marriott had a capacity of only 3,192. However, a total of 5,000 tickets were sold, leaving 1,808 ticket holders waiting in line for people to leave before they were able to enter. The problem, however, was that
I would probably, I mean, unless something else comes up in this Tanacon documentary to refute it, I would just say it was rushed and poorly planned more so because you're going to get caught for the greedy part. It's only, it's like, so I don't think you would just blatantly do it. You were probably, she wanted the money, but she wanted the money thinking, all right, it's a rush job, it'll just work out. I don't think it was done nefariously unless we find out something different.
Those who were already inside the...
I'm sure if Bill were to get pounded, he would just moan hard and say, no. You're thinking of Steve Ballmer, man, and he would be doing the pounding because he's a powerful man.
The event were not going to leave due to the long entrance line outside, creating a feedback loop, ultimately decreasing the probability even further that anyone waiting outside was going to be able to get in. And for those who were already inside, surely you wouldn't want to leave anyway, right?
But it's worth it because we're going in now, and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it's right here.
This was Tanacon. It had been hyped as such an awesome event with so many cool...
So many of these kids are looking up to these people as heroes, man. Don't look up to me as a hero. I'll be the first to say it. I'm no one's hero. I'm not. I shouldn't be. You could enjoy my stuff, but you could just hear in their voices like, what are you idolizing? We indulge celebrity way too much, especially in the States, man. We idolize idols just for the sake of them being idols and don't even understand why we idolize them. Why? Because they have money? Okay, what does that mean? It doesn't mean they're not a shitty person. Doesn't mean they're brilliant. They just have money.
creators. There must have been plenty going on inside, right? Well, no, not really. Inside the function, the hallways were so crowded that getting anywhere was uncomfortable. Shops were packed to the brim, making anything besides sitting down unenjoyable.
This is an absolute madhouse.
However, patrons who were inside were unable to sit down anyway, as according to security, it
was that an actual cow, or am I really that friggin' lit up right now?
Was a safety hazard to the event.
Everyone's just kind of wandering around looking at booths, but we're not allowed to wait in the hallway, which is the only place to sit, because there's no space and it's unsafe, which I get.
Not realizing that there wasn't much going on inside, those outside continued to wait.
And note, it's been over 3 hours now, ever since the convention opened.
Tensions began to rise as people really started to come to terms with how poorly the event had been organized.
The tweets of 20,000 people waiting outside to come see me. Yeah, these people, we don't love you right now. Okay, Tana, if you're watching this, we don't love you right now. Just so you know. We're not happy people.
However, tensions weren't the only thing that began to rise. Additionally, the sun began to fly higher and higher.
Hasn't she been known for sketchy shit before anyway? I mean, I know that could all be debatable, and I know people have shit out there about me, so I get that it's not something that's substantiated that you should go by, but wasn't it like blatant shit? I don't know. I don't really know that much about her. I'm old, so it'd be kind of weird if I did.
Into the sky. The event had been held in the middle of a hot summer, and those who were unprepared for the heat began to get burnt, like really burnt.
We were in line for almost 5 hours, almost 5. And we got really sunburned.
Thanks for this, hashtag Tanacon. Gotta love that Tanacon burn. I'm literally in so much pain from my sunburn at Tanacon, I really hope I get a refund. Also, as a result of the heat and lengthy lines, attendees were ill prepared with how much water they had brought. When there's 20,000 people lined up who might pass out due to the intense heat since they aren't getting any water for hashtag Tanacon.
Oh my god. Over what? Yeah, like imagine I was actually like excited to, oh my god, the new Tanacon, the new Tana manga video, I can't wait. Now that would be strange. But I don't think anybody should be going to, like, if she was a musician, a YouTuber musician, I would get it. If she was a YouTuber DJ or something, or actor or actress, I would get it. She's a vlogger. What is she gonna do? Like, hey, this is how I hold my phone. Bet you can't do that. I like, explain it.
A legitimate concern, as a few unlucky individuals did apparently pass out from the lack of water.
There's one girl that said her friend passed out.
Those who were lucky enough not to pass out continued to wait in the uncomfortable heat, while the others inside were having the time of their life, or so they assumed. Back inside, people continued to brave the packed, activity-scarce hallways in the hope that they would be able to do the one thing that many assumed they would get to do upon entering, meet their favorite creator. However, this was somewhat of a scam as well.
But apparently the meet and greets that are happening today, only 150 people get to participate in the meet and greets to meet people that they signed up for.
Attendees, specifically the YouTube...
Wait, what? All right, now we get into scam territory. Now I'm all right. No longer be. Only 150 fucking people got to actually meet you. Oh, come on. Got Tanacon. What do they expect? And Trump and Biden should kiss at this point and get it over with. Then just call it The Donald Care Show. Starring Joe Biden. Oh, yeah. This was... And what's incredible is, like, look, man, I'm no fucking angel. But could you imagine if I did something remotely as bad at this? It's just like some people just like, yeah, I'm a shitty person, so just expect me to do shitty things. And you guys know I'm not anywhere. I'm anti-cancel culture 99% of the time, and we should understand that people are humans and they're going to make mistakes. But you can't just get I'm a shitty person and admit it and get out of jail free card. Like, that's not okay either. got tanned at 10, but yeah, they probably got burnt the fuck though. I mean, you could argue that like even if you're going to be outside for a half an hour, you should probably bring sunscreen, but not when you were sitting outside. You didn't expect to be sitting outside for 5 hours. Rich, no worries, bro. Don't discredit one dad to it only matters to be a hero to her kids, and I'm sure you are. Much support. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that greatly. You've been a supporter for a long time too, man. Got tanned at 10. Oh, yeah, I answered that one. I know I don't let it discredit me. I'm proud of what I do. I entertain people for a living, and a lot of people can't say that they do that. And I'm very, very humbled and thankful for what I do. You know, so you can't discredit me from that. You can't take that from me. All the people that attended played themselves as Tana has been irrelevant shortly after the event. Again, I just don't get, you know, if she was like a musician or actress or a performer, this is just, but hey, who am I to judge?
YouTuber Swell Entertainment explained that despite the event selling 5,000 tickets, there are only 150 meet and greet spots available. Additionally, due to the insanity of the event, security
another YouTuber was there. I'm telling you, there was a portion of YouTubers
would then decide that people were
because they knew that this would get them a bunch of views, and it did.
Not allowed to leave after entering.
And now they're saying that if you leave, you can't get back in with your bag, your food. It's going to be a problem because there's no food here.
While this created a question regarding how people were going to eat given the lack of food in the venue.
Exactly. No food. Yeah. There's no food. We have nothing.
So what the fuck did she think was gonna... Like, do people still watch her now? I don't understand. If people still watch her now, this world is so... Like, how did this happen?
It created an even bigger, more serious question. With a venue at maximum capacity and no one leaving due to an inability...
And you can't leave, so you can't get something to eat, and you're probably not even going to meet her, and they don't even have food there for people to eat, and the people outside are passing out from heat exhaustion, and they don't have water, and they may not even get in because they're over capacity. No, this is a scam. He would definitely lecture about his hairy legs and how they would have turned really blonde in that sun. She said she would give out her nudes if you voted for Biden. Oh, gee, that would make me just rush to the polls. Yay.
Ability to re-enter. How were the people from outside going to get in? Well, to answer it simply, they weren't. And what did this do to their mood?
Well.
Understandably, the people waiting outside just got angrier and angrier.
It's an animated cock. I don't really think it's... You know,
Despite having sold 5,000 tickets for a venue that supported a little over 3,000, Bella Thorne, one of the celebrities performing, would tweet out when there's 20,000 people lined up outside for #Tanacon.
There is apparently 20,000 people in line right now.
This number was later disputed, but there was no doubt about it. There were way more than 5,000 people, with tens of thousands.
Yeah, the line looks insane.
Thousands of people waiting out the front, all of which angry and annoyed at how long they've been waiting. Things unsurprisingly continued to escalate, and the front entrance of the event turned into somewhat of a riot.
Yeah, I just...
At 1:44 p.m., approximately 5 hours after the first...
Like, I don't know. I mean, I would never expect people to line up like that for me. Even if I had like 10 million followers, or you know what I don't know.
First round of people were let in, Tanacon admitted defeat, and the fire department showed up to officially shut the event down.
But like it's done, I don't know what's going on.
Those inside the event were not exactly rushing to leave, after understandably waiting for such a long period of time to get in.
Literally afraid to leave this hallway because I know I'm gonna get kicked out.
However, eventually everyone inside steadily ushered out of the event. Those outside were treated to a much more dramatic cancellation of the event after one of the organizers announced it to the huge crowd of angry attendees.
Why is Shane Dawson just up there looking like he saw my butthole? And I'm sorry, Shade. I know that that's a sight that no one wants to see, sir. I am so sorry.
Today it has been canceled completely. I apologize.
While those who were inside were on
notice that was not answered
their way out, Tana herself would come outside into the crowd, attempting to calm the out-of-control mob.
Tana, you're kind of a safety hazard right now. You're kind of a safety hazard.
The crowd began to...
Yeah, that's an awful idea for you to... How old is Tana? She must be in her early 20s. She's making early 20s stupid fucking choices. Oh, yeah, 23. Thank you. That answers everything. Oh, wow. All the people that are excited / frustrated / angry at me and all want to see me at once and not want to see me at once because they feel ripped off and pissed off. Yeah, here's what'll diffuse it. The one thing that will definitely set their emotions on fucking fire. Let me go let them see me. Richard, hey, Rich, at least go outside and say what's up. Yeah, no, yeah, awful idea if you're referring to this. I gotta go pee and go get some coffee. Sheeple, Rich, you scared holes and are blessed. You're sacred. Hey, Rich, at least go outside and say, oh, I already answered all these. I'm sorry. I'm back. Thank you for being patient. I just needed some coffee. Shut up, birds. Don't start with me tonight. Seriously, let's go.
To forgive her to some extent after she made the effort to face those who were unable to get in, but by this point, Tana's reputation as a creator had absolutely crumbled after the first day ended in what can only be described as an absolute disaster.
The event got shut down today, but it was a it was a 2-day.
Yeah, when you're making an event like that where you're taking in probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars of people's money, to specifically see you, and you show you to virtually no one. And honestly, the only real selling point is you, because it's not like you have a specific talent. No, you deserve to be dumped on. Not harassed, but like heavily criticized.
Event, right? So what's going on tomorrow? Is it still happening tomorrow?
Later in the day, Keemstar would interview Tana Mojo to figure out what was happening on the second day of the event. Tana initially tweeted, moving the show to a new venue within minutes away from this one that...
Oh, absolutely, I would go to a DSP con. DSP. He's a man with a beard. DSP, don't pee on me. You can pee freely. Philippi.
Holds an extra 5,000 people, and doing a free show with some
developers.
He's getting Grandpa excited.
Developers.
Special guests. Tomorrow everything resumes normally, and Shane and I are working on some awesome cool stuff. We love you. However, at 9:47 p.m. that evening, it will be announced by the event organizer.
Have food it up. Dude, no, pulsating chicken sandwiches. Come on. They have to pulsate. They have to pulsate.
The second day of Tanacon would be cancelled due to their inability to find a suitable venue to continue the event. At this point in time, there is no way to continue.
Nowhere, man. Congratulations. I would actually give you an applause, but I've been spamming the fuck out of that all night. And I have to respect everybody here, but fucking congratulations. Good for you.
Continue a successful weekend at Tanacon as is, without risking the safety of you all. Shane Dawson, the individual considered to be one of the main acts at Tanacon, would take to Twitter stating, "Just found out Tanacon has been cancelled. I'm so sorry to anyone that came out here to see me. It wasn't my event, and if it was, it would have been run differently. I'm heartbroken looking at the videos of people waiting all day in the sun getting burnt." As the disastrous nature of the event was slowly revealing itself to the public, the focus began to shift back over to the creator and host of the event, Tana Mojo. What did she have to say? Was she instantly apologetic? Did she take to social media to explain? Well, no. She just went silent on all social media until 3 whole days later, when she would finally post a tweet stating, "Hi guys, I'm so sorry."
I love how her name was cancelled before and fits her perfectly now.
"That it's taken me so long to tweet these tweets. I've been thinking, working, I didn't want to say dumb shit. I'm nervous, but hi, I love you, and I'm an idiot, and I'm sorry. But to be real, I didn't expect that many people to show up outside, which in hindsight was dumb as f. It was the same day as VidCon and I should have prepared better. Regardless of if people were telling me different, Tanacon is attached to me and I take full responsibility." Some of Tana's loyal fans believe that this post itself was enough to forgive her, stating, "Thank you so much for all of this. I honestly feel at peace and resolved. I still love you. Thank you." However, for others, understandably, they still weren't happy. Unsubscribe from a YouTube channel until refunds are provided. But it wasn't only attendees that were finding it hard to forgive Tana. The creators, specifically Shane Dawson, had also been left with a bitter taste after the event had concluded.
Not that it didn't age well specifically towards this, but he kind of got looked at in a different light later on, huh?
Part of that, you know, my face was on the website.
Is he sitting in a water-free bathtub putting M&Ms down his throat with his chest hair exposed with a bottle of champagne? That is all happening, and I am accurate.
told people, come see me, and they got nothing.
So in the week after the event, Shane began to interview Tana, trying to find out what on earth had gone wrong.
I want to talk to Tana and be like, what the were you thinking? Was this your fault? Whose fault was this? And why haven't you figured out a way to fix it?
Shane explored the main conspiracy being that the event was a deliberate failure for the purpose of giving exposure to both Tana and the host of the event.
They were like, oh, I think that Good Times wanted this to fail so that they could get press out of it and become like, get promotion out of it or something, right? Now it would make sense, because if they did want it to fail, and they were filming the whole thing, why were they filming the whole thing?
While additionally getting Tana's explanation of what went wrong from her perspective. However, most importantly, this documentary gave Tana the ability to display her remorse for the failure of the event.
It was stupid and spiteful. It was so stupid. Planning my convention the same days as VidCon was so stupid.
Which fans could sense was genuine, and the reputation of Tana Mojo,
where large men gather with birds once a year to slap cheeks and twist nips,
slowly began to repair itself in the month following the event. Additionally, many respected Tana for her ability to take total responsibility for the catastrophe,
I don't want to put the blame on anyone else. It's still my fault, you know?
which would be fully displayed when she returned to YouTube a month later in her classic unfiltered self-deprecating style.
I have now been off of social media for over a month now, which is the longest break I have taken in over 3 years, and I'm an idiot. And I trusted a 20-year-old idiot who illusioned to me that it would be the best Tanacon in the world.
All of the requested refunds,
the best Tanacon, the only Tanacon in the world, and thus a con that will never happen again.
were eventually processed, her fans eventually forgave her, and her subscriber count still continued to climb after all was said and done. Tana even sucked up her pride and attended VidCon the following year.
So yeah, VidCon
What happens at RichCon stays at RichCon when it comes to the birds.
and I are friends again. We're going to VidCon! We're going to VidCon!
So, as they say, all is well that ends well.
While it was the worst thing ever, and I wish I could just erase it, I am very grateful for the person it has made me right now.
Hey man, you know what? What it comes down to, arrogant early 20-something does what an arrogant early 20-something in their position would do, and got fed a hard dose of fucking reality. Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, guys. It is. I know it's. Oh, it's only 10:30. The time. How long have I been? Nah, 3 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it because I do actually have a good news story where there's a British politician who is saying that video games are emasculating people. If you play, and the example they used, I shit you not, in this video. So you have men playing Donkey Kong. Does that mean they're not going to want pussy? Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it? Anyway, should make for a fun video. I'll at least have that one, but definitely live streaming tomorrow. Have a good one. I'll see you guys soon.